Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Now is Nigeria versus Biafrans. Yes. Join us on Twitter. As you join us, immediately share it. Share it. Our Minister of Information are there. Our able-bodied intelligent people are there. We are live on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. We are live there now. If you are not in Twitter, come here and listen to intelligent people speaking. Putin is now with Biafra. They can't do nothing. They cannot do nothing. Join us as we welcome the people in Twitter. Yes, sit at home, continue. Once you are there, sit at home, continue. Enemies are panicking. The enemies are panicking.
You came back. Britain told you not to agree because Britain realized
Make sure you share it.
that all the components
Make sure you
Britain
share
knows
it.
that
Where are you
if
watching
you
from?
go back to regionalism,
Yes, thank
you
you
have
for
economic growth.
joining. Make
country
sure
will do
you
very well.
share it.
But Britain doesn't want it.
Obiora, thank you for joining.
That was why they even instigated the Nzobuku
Listen and
saying they
learn.
bring Awolowo to become
You
the head of
must
state.
listen and
They knew
learn.
what was going to happen. They wanted to truncate the economic miracle of Dr. Michael. But what I'm telling you are fast. Go and investigate for yourself. In the East, we had the fastest growing economy in the whole world, over 40% every year. In the West, Awolowo was performing his own miracle as well. Even in the North, Ahmadu Bello and Tafawa Balewa were doing very well. You had all those massive industries in the North. You even had Alamajiris that were employed in the North, meaningfully employed, gainfully employed. They were all doing very well. Britain said, no, for us to control these people, we need to impoverish them. Let us introduce this war. That was a coup by Nzogu. And after that, there was the massacre of, as usual, massacre of our people in the North. Ojukwu said, I have to secure my land and my people. They said, no, let's go to Aburi to discuss it. Ojukwu went to Aburi and agreed to restructuring. That's something now you're asking for. To tell you how foolish Nigerians are. They're very foolish. That same nonsense you're asking for now was discussed many years ago. Ojukwu sat down in Aburi with Gowon and decided that regionalism was the best way for restructuring, going back to who you were, 1963 Constitution, 1963 Constitution. Be on your own and pay tax to the central government, as they have in America, as they have even in Britain. Britain, you have Scotland that is almost independent. Wales, the same thing. Everybody is free. But Britain doesn't want the something they're enjoying to happen in Nigeria. Why? Ask yourself that question. Anybody telling you about one Nigeria is your enemy?
Anybody telling you about one Nigeria is your enemy. So I want to appreciate this media team because from the beginning of that message, MNK said they wrote all the junks. They made you believe that Ojukwu caused the war. They made you believe that it was Ojukwu that wanted to tear Nigeria apart. Why? Because we did not have media. So they made use of the propaganda and the blackmail and every leaflet that was going around the entire world against the Biafran people because they had control of the media. Just like they have control of the media today, and they are turning the messages or the main issue that is ongoing in Ukraine and Russia, and the main reason or what brought about what and how everything started between Russia and Ukraine and the people of Donetsk and Donbass, the West, America, UK, NATO, EU, United Nations, International Criminal Court, ECOWAS, Congo Joint Body, useless people. They are turning the whole message upside down, and none of you knows the truth. So the media was used against the Biafran people in the 60s to 70s, and no one knew the real truth until IPOB came to start opening their nyash. So I thank you all, the media team, for all you're doing, because your existence has made a difference. You guys have made the whole world to understand what they did not know, and they are beginning to bring out the archives, all the archives that contains the real truth about how Britain took part, what Russia did, what France did, what America did, and what every other continent did to the massacre of the Biafran people. The truth are coming out, and they are the ones bringing them out. We are not asking them to bring them out. They are the ones bringing them out, because when you expose somebody, expose, you go reach one point where you no get any option than to go and start opening the archives by his or herself. No be we go push them. Now them they can't come, because we don't they expose their yansh, they go plenty. Media team, when I do well, God bless you now. The first, I see you there. Eagle, I see you there. Mazi Kachuku, I see you. Mazi Ugo, I see you. Mazi Emeka, I see you. Matt Peace, I see you. Biafran Queen, I see you. Christopher, I see you. Simon Nekba, Obi Chicago, I see you. Archbishop of the Mosai, I see you. Gochuku, I see you. God's time is the best, I see you. Uche Obi, Simon, Iwune, Praise, Faith, Mazi Obi, Ngozi, Onyemachi, Collins, Joseph, Enes, Afro, Chris, Subi. Thousands and many of you are doing a great job. I salute you all. And for those that are not here, we appreciate all you're doing, and we must continue, because it is Biafra first. So, sit at home continues, and the enemies of Biafra are getting the communion served, that communion service that they had longed for. Those women and children that were burnt in Izombe, those women and children that were burnt in Iyala, those women and children that were burnt in Umotanze, those women and children that have been massacred and killed in Obibo, those women and children that were killed and massacred in Mpo, those ones that their bodies were dumped into the bushes, those ones that they poured acid on them by the government of the day, oh my God, they are going to get it, and they are getting the communion service served to them one after another. And none of them will be left out. So what are we saying? The sit at home must continue as a tool to our liberation, and more stringent measures are going to come. I want to start by appreciating the Biafran people who have been consistent, who have remained resolute, who have made sure that the voice of Biafra speaks loud in the entirety of one Nigeria. You guys may not know how important you are in Biafra land, and you may not know what you're doing, and you may not know the ripple effect of the Institute at Home coming out to the international community. But I tell you, continue what you're doing, because our PM understands the mandate that we have, and he understands the template that he's putting on the table. The cabinet of the Biafran People Government in exile are so happy to have you all as Biafrans back home there, doing the needful and making sure the enemies are shamed. The errand boys of the Fulanis in Biafra lands will all be hunted down, as far as they are errand boys, and they came to Biafra land to massacre our women and children, and to enable the Fulanis to go in and flush our communities. This time is not going to be you flushing our communities, but this time it's going to be the Biafran Liberation Army flushing you and hunting you down in all your enclaves. You may run to anywhere you want to run. We assure you that we have taken the war back to you guys, and it is not business as usual. This time we don't look face. And in Biafra, it is not time for merriment. It is not time for favoritism. It is not time to look your face when decisions are taken at this very time. So, if you are part and parcel of what is going on, thank God and give kudos to the PM that God has given you. We thank God for the womb that brought our PM to this very planet Earth, because without him, all Biafrans would have abandoned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It takes a strong man to take the lead, and then it takes courageous people to follow him. It takes another legion to be able to fortify someone that is behind bars. What you Biafran people are doing is what keeps Mazi Nnamdi Kanu strong and healthier every day on this cause of freedom. If you fall off the rail, one day MNK will not have the stronghold to clinch on. But because you have become his pillar and he's holding on to you, that is why you are making sure you continue to finger one Nigeria, or while MNK is behind bars. For that reason, they will see the reason and the need to listen to what we are doing. And we have days and we have measures counting. So if they don't release MNK, given the stipulated time, more stringent measures will come. And the sit at home is coming up. So remember the calendar. We will be reposting the calendar of the upcoming sit at home. So if MNK is not released, Biafra land is not, what will I say? What will I say now? Okay, Biafra land is not a flush off of all those Iran boys. If all those Iran boys don't get themselves flushed out honorably without us coming for them, before the stipulated time, when I go here, waiting go happen. If una like, make una continue to the babble, make una continue to the move about, make una continue to the make mouth. Keep on keeping MNK there, and then you see what will be coming up. We are in liberation mode. Oh. This one now, as we dey talk, we dey show, and now we dey talk small, and they show big. You guys have been asking for actions. Now actions are coming in from left, right, center, and we are not seeing your mouth again asking for more actions. So what we are saying is, keep up the fight and then stand up. If you are on the fence, come down from the fence and join the liberation, because it is Biafra now. It is not time to just stand and look. Find something doing to support Biafra now. Our website are 247 open for you to make use of. Make payments so that you can support the liberation. Visit the website. Visit everywhere that we have payment links and methods so that you can deliver your funds and your liberation tax to the liberation of the Biafran people. Super thanks and kudos to the womb from which Martin Nnamdi Kanu came out, because without him, we will not know what freedom is all about. So, wherever you are, Martin Nnamdi Kanu, the Amadike one of Biafra land, blessings remain to you and to your name. The day you came out from was for a reason. The womb you came out from was for a reason. The place you were born was for a reason. And the woman that carried you for good 9 months in sun and rain, in pains and penury, was for a reason. And you were born for a reason of freedom and liberating mankind, the people of Biafra. The savior of our time, we thank you so much for making yourself available for the people whose heads are so strong and so stubborn and so gullible and not ready to listen, but yet you are still sacrificing yourself on the line and making sure they are liberated. You are not different with the properties that we saw in Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, according to the story, even the people that he came to serve were spitting on him. They were stoning him. They were calling him names. And yet, he did not back down. He still went on to make sure he still delivered the same people. So, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, all those properties we have seen in him. What name have they not called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? How have they not degraded him? Didn't you hear the video I played yesterday during the fundraising where he said, I was beaten and battered, women urinated on me, they poured spit on me because I speak the truth and because I speak of Biafra. And then that did not stop me from bringing Radio Biafra down to Onitsha. That did not stop me from bringing Radio Biafra to Ikwacha. That did not stop me from bringing Radio Biafra. And that did not stop me from continuing on the cause of Biafra. He said, I am resolute. He said, I am destructively stubborn. There is nothing anyone can do to me that will stop me from continuing on the cause of Biafra. These are convictive words. Did Jesus Christ not go through all those things? He did. Did Jesus Christ not go through all those things? He did. So you have a savior in your own time, Biafran people, and you need to embrace it and keep him very, very close. We want to thank ESN again and Biafran Liberation. You know, when I get updates and then I get security reports of what ESN, Biafran Liberation Army are doing, and every armed group fighting for this freedom are doing on ground, it gives me the joy, it emboldens me, it sparks the fire in me for me to continue to talk to people and call them and tell them, it is time, it is time, it is time. Because as you sleep and wake up, as you are even engaging in one thing or another, They are on standby. They are keeping watch, and they are making sure Biafra land is defended and protected. They are dealing with the enemies of Biafra. If we are to bring all the videos and photos of what our gallant men are doing on ground, some of you will run away. Some of you will not even want to enter media again. So we need funds, we need more guns, we need more bullets, and we need everything that will enable them to be more viable. They are super viable, and we need them to be stronger than they are. We need to refortify them the more. The watches need to be increased, and everything needs to be on standby so that we just press a button and then everything gets amplified. I want to appreciate every donor. Yesterday was fundraising, and we had a good turnout, and we are expecting more. We expect more. We expect more. We know that we do this fundraising every week, and we know you also have your bills to pay and to look up to. We know you also have other logistics to take care of. We know you also have your life to live, but without looking back to where we came from, we will continue to pay those bills in where we find ourselves. At the end of the day, we will still continue to pay those bills. Countries that their resources are well harnessed, they don't pay those humongous bills because their resources are well utilized and the citizenry enjoys the dividends of democracy. They enjoy the dividends of those resources that God has given them in their lands, thereby them paying a very minute amount of tax. They don't get to pay so much. And everything is cheaper, 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 cheaper. You buy gas at a cheap rate. You get everything at a cheap rate. You want to move from one point to another, you go through the metro. You pay a very cheap ticket, and then you can go around with a cheap ticket with a metro all through the month. So we need to sacrifice something to be able to get something. All these countries we talk about that have everything well harnessed, they make use of what? Sacrifice to be able to get their freedom. They make use of strategies to be able to be where they are. They sacrifice something they fought so that you now see it as a better place to come to be. If they did not sacrifice and take time to do it, you will not see it as a lucrative place, a better life to take. You will not see it. That better life to take will not be there for you to go and grab. So, there is need, there is reason for us to do more than we have done. So we appreciate all donors, and we want you to do more. Invite other people, bring them in, and let them come in and do more as well. Those that went for one Nigeria, who are still hoping on going to another court, do not waste your time, because the one that Obi and Tiku went in 2019, the result has not come out yet, but Buhari has finished his tenure. So don't waste your time going to court again. Just come down from your high horse. Remove this ego and pride of you coming to come and bow down to IPOB. No, come back to your senses. Come back and come and join us. Some of you played vital roles. Some of you contributed so much amount of money to the campaign of obedience. Those money given to us, we would have brought down one Nigeria by this time. The money you people are even contributing and giving to pastors and bishops every day. From the video I played from the beginning where MNK told you, pray, 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 pay tithe, pay offering, but all these people, they cannot even defend you in any way. It's only the Biafran people that can defend you. Those money that you're supposed to give us to buy guns and bullets to defend Biafra land, you are giving the money to the pastors and bishops who are using it to buy private jets and cars. They are using it to wear Rolex watches that cost about $250,000. Imagine. And they are wearing, their children are using iPhone AirPods that is about $250, some 1,000. They are using phones that cost 3,000 euros, 5,000 euros. While you are struggling with Okpo Nokia. Okpo Nokia, that 3310, some of you are still struggling with it. Some of you are using that Motorola where they do ping, 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 ping. But you are working every day, your ass up. You are selling akara. You are selling moi moi. And you are selling pure water. And you are selling periwinkle. You are selling catfish. You are selling some water leaves, or maybe even a vegetable leaf that you cultivate in your surroundings. And then you're plucking them, selling them, and then taking the money to go and pay back as tithe and offerings to your pastors and bishops, who are all criminals. They will tell you they are praising you to heaven. Why can't they wait until they go to heaven before they go use that money to buy private jets? Why can't they wait until when they get to heaven before they wear the Rolex watches? Why can't they wait until when they get to heaven before they buy the armored car? Why can't they wait until when they get to heaven before they drive the biggest car that costs so much money? You see? They are deceiving you and they continue to open offices in your brains. This money, if given to us, we will use it to buy more weapons to defend Biafra land. Did I tell you that you should not pray? No. So don't get me wrong. Pray. But as you pray, as you finish the prayer, go and sell your garment, go and buy weapon. Because even when David was praying, his sword and his guns and his machete were stuck to his shoulder. He had all his weapons to his shoulder while he was praying, while he was seeking the face of God. So when he finished praying, he now stand up and go back to the armory to go and see how the armory is. If the people, when David is going to pray, he did not leave the armory unattended. The people that takes care of the armory were standing by, watching the armory and overhauling all the machines, making sure they are good to go. So he went to seek the face of God. As he finished, he went back straight to the armory to go and see if the armory is good to go for the war that they need to go. So as you pray, you finish praying, go and carry your weapon where we will take fight. That weapon we will take fight. As you know, Savi fight, as you know, go feed them. Give us the money. We have thousands and millions of volunteer army who are standby to make sure Biafra land is defended and we get our freedom. The disciple of Jesus Christ that used knife to slice off the ear of those that came to arrest Jesus. Where did he get that knife from? Did the knife come from heaven to enter his hand? Oh, he was a disciple of Jesus Christ. So why did he have knife or going about with knife? He went about with knife because he has to secure himself. Even as he was walking along with Jesus Christ, whom he knows can command the whole earth, and the earth will open and then it will swallow everything and will swallow the enemies that were within. No, but they don't depend on that spiritual aspect so alone. They had to depend on their mechanical and the physical that you need to bring out to be able to defeat the enemies that comes within. So being at alert means having your weapons aside, having your weapons around, having them ready. This is the ESN, this is the Biafran Liberation Army that we are talking about. This is the Biafra we are talking about so that we can defend our lands. Before we enter this space, I saw publications of people massacred in Niger, whether Niger or Niger State. Those people are dead and gone. Whatever the cause of it is, they will not tell you the real story. But I tell you, those people have died and they are all gone. These are thousands and many more that would have been happening in Biafra land without the existence of ESN, Biafran Liberation Army, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa. If these two men were not alive and standing their ground, making sure that we defend Biafra land, who will be talking about your mothers and sisters today? Your mothers and sisters and children you left behind, and your brothers, they will all be massacred and destroyed. By who? By the enemies of Biafra, who find so much joy in collecting money just to sign documents, MOU, Memorandums of Understanding, with the Fulani terrorists, just to bring them in, invade your lands, take over, rape, cut to pieces, destroy, and then they will collect white envelopes. They will give them houses in Dubai. They will give them houses in Switzerland. They will take some money and give to them. They go to Qatar, America, UK. UK will not always bring out the money that your politicians in Biafra land are taking to go and bank in their countries, because they know they are bringing it to come and support the economy. The economy of America, the economy of UK, the economy of Europe is populated, and the GDP is increasing day in, day out, when the Fulani errand boys of our governors and senators and ministers steals the money of one Nigeria, and the money given to them after they have signed MOU with one Nigerian terrorist, and then they come to massacre our women and children. All this money are being banked and business in these Western countries, and they will not open their nyash. Do you know why? Because that money helps their economy to pop up. It helps their economy, their GDP to grow better. So tell me who you will see that is making your economy to grow, making your business to grow, that you want to bring down that person. You will not. So this life is all about politics. It's all about politics, and they play politics with human lives. They say our lives are no priority for them to come and fight against terrorists, and they can never come. Are you the one that have been going to, like Russia now and Ukraine, are you the one going to go and fight for their freedom? No, they fight for their freedom. America took some of us as slaves in those days, and then they use us to make America to become what they are today. They use us in UK, they use us in Europe to build all their places. They use us also to fight for their freedoms. And there we are. That's why you have black Americans and black people in UK speaking blah, 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 blah. People don't ask, how did they come to be blacks and then they are indigenous people in these places? No, you are not indigenous. It's because your fathers were slaves that were brought there. That is how you became citizens, because you stood to fight the war that ensued in those places. So they fought to get something, and we must also fight to get something. We don't need to wait for them because they cannot do it for us. Our lives are no priority to them. So the only thing that is of priority to them is our resources, uranium, oil and gas, californium. Anything that can fund and stand their economy effectively is what is important to them. But your life is useless to them. That is why they will not come and fight for you. You have to be the one to start the fight so that the tempo will get heated. They will now understand that the center does not hold anymore. Where they used to suckle off all the resources is not enabling anymore. Thereby doing what? Having a rethink. Oh, we have to do something. And I thank our PM for what he's doing, because it's touching all stones. We will continue to do this until Biafra is restored, and we implore all Biafrans to listen to our PM and follow all instructions. In areas of Biafra land where security is tightened, where we are engaging and fighting the terrorists, now we no longer announce the areas as before. Because of what? When we announce it, when the intel comes to PM, when it is announced on air, they do what? They change tactics. They change days. They change the time that they are supposed to come. So what we are telling you is be security conscious in your communities and in your WhatsApp groups and your Telegram groups, like in the coastal group on Telegram. What you have to just do for us is give security situation report. I am employing you in other WhatsApp groups and other Telegram groups. We need all security reports. Whatever move that you see that is going on within your surrounding and your places, anything that you see, give security report to the group, and then we channel it to the security department. Do not stay on WhatsApp to be posting videos or posts of when PM posts the announcement on Twitter, you now drag it to the WhatsApp group. No. Everybody must be on Twitter. If you are not on Twitter, then you are not on this liberation. So when you watch the thing finish for Twitter, leave it there. Give us security report within your communities, in the groups that you find yourselves, so that we can be able to gather and act very fast. Are you getting the point? And when you hear of gunshot, do not start running. I beg of you, because running, you may be picked down by a stray bullet. What you need to do is when you hear of gunshots in the surroundings, if you were outside, if you were not inside, and if you are inside, go down. Go down and lie down on the ground inside your house. Close your doors, lock yourself inside, lie down until when you hear that the tempo is cool. Because if you want to peep through the window, a stray bullet might pick you on the eye or shoulder or belly from the window. Are you getting the point? Or even from the door. So if you are outside and then you start hearing gunshots, go down, lie down on the ground, start advancing, crawling, start crawling from the ground till you get to a safe zone inside your house, so that you avoid being hit down by the stray bullet. You have to be security conscious in all provinces of Biafra land now, because it is hot and the Liberation Army are doing their needful. They look good, they look agitated, they look convincing, they look super ready to go, and they're ready to sacrifice everything. As we speak now, they are in the bushes and in the trenches. They are sleeping and aligning themselves side by side with all the snakes and the reptiles inside the bushes. While you are at the comfort of your home, you are enjoying the warm embrace of your wives and concubines and husbands and daddy sugar and sugar daddy and sugar mummies and all your peri-peri, while there are men and women who are inside the bushes making sure your lands are secured, and the children that you left behind, the mothers and the fathers that you left behind, the relations and friends that you left behind, the peer groups that you left behind are not massacred. So what do you have to do? We need your support. We need everything from you. Money can be able to make them to be more viable in their rules of engagement. These are volunteer armies that are ready to defend Biafra land. And the best you can do is your cooperation. When MNK launched this ESN, he said, these men are here to defend Biafra land and to expunge the terrorists from coming to do that which they have been doing. And he urged all Biafrans. He said, I urge you to give them all your maximum support for them to be good soldiers of Biafra and to defend Biafra land and to be very, very viable in what they are doing. So what am I saying now? In essence, I am telling you all that you should remember that the Biafran Liberation Army, ESN, Black Marine, BNL, BNG, and every other groups that are fighting to the liberation of Biafra, they need your cooperation and support. Your informations and your intels are so important, and your quick response and sending messages out there on the media are very important to the exposure of the enemies of Biafra who may want to invade your lands and to destroy anybody. I thank you all here. I welcome the first, the co-host. I welcome the Eagle. I welcome 247. I welcome Christopher and every one of you, Biafran Queen. I see you there. The first, the Eagle, you guys can take over. Frank can keep the house burning. I salute you all. We are here, we are here, we are here. Sit at home must continue, and the enemies of Biafra must continue to call it Woto Woto, and the communion will continue. Ndewo.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, our Minister of Information. I salute you, my brother. You are doing great there. I salute your courage. I also salute our Minister, Mazugo, that is here. I salute you, my brother. The first, Mazio Nyeka, Biafra Queen Christopher, Tim Emeka, Williams, Paul Ezema, and every other person on the space, Mazugo. I salute everybody. The sit at home must continue because the liberation of the Biafra people is yet to be complete. It's only when we see ourselves in Biafra land that is when we'll stop every civil disobedience that we have put in place to liberate ourselves from the terrorist entity that we find ourselves today. So anybody telling you that the sit at home is over, that you should come out, that person is your enemy. Said by Mazen Nnamdi Okukano. He said that anybody that told you that there's a way to do it, that you should live the way that we are doing it now, that the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in Esa is doing it, that there's another way to do it, and one of those ways is for you to stop the sit at home and start roaming the street on Mondays. And when it's going to be time for our coffee to be implemented, knowing that that person wants you to be the lamb for sacrifice, and do not allow him to use you or her to use you. Because Nandi was no Nyarubo Kabwar. We are going home. And there's no two ways about it than to do the needful. Freedom is not given, it's taken. I saw on the media today when one of the kings that collected his own communion today, his people was complaining that his house was burnt by thunder strike. Sorry. The thunder strike burnt his house. And they are saying that the thunder strike is very wicked. Why must he come to burn a house, and this the king's house that he will come to burn in Imo State? Then I begin to ask myself a question. So these people value this house that they looted money to build. These people value this house that they use the blood of innocent to build more than the life of their own children. This Eze in Imo State was there. Hope Uzodinma will assemble them in the government house, share the money that is meant to build Imo State and give the young men and women of Imo State good life. And he will share it among the enablers of Fulani in our land. He will share it among them so that they will be singing his praises. And also point out their children to be killed. And when they are being killed, they will conceal it and keep quiet. None of them will cry out. None of them will say, Hope, Uzodinma, what you're doing is evil. This is not what Imo people want. Number one is that you're not eligible to be a governor in Imo State. But for the fact that brown envelope is getting into their pocket as a result of the stooge that they have in Imo State, they don't have problem. For the fact that the money is rolling in and they are building different structures, build a very massive house with a very massive parlor, sitting room, and all that. You don't have any problem. Other people can die in poverty. Other people can be killed by the terrorist police. Other people can be killed by the terrorists in the army uniform. It's none of your business. Whenever you want to go out, you pick one of the terrorists or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. You put them on your convoy. You drove out and you come in. That is it. Nigeria is good. But once it comes to you, that thing that you've been giving to others. There's one psalm there's one part message that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu that is written in the book of Isaiah. Now Mazen Nnamdi, that message was one of his last messages before the so-called POS people sold him into the hands of the enemy. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said that those that have rendered other people childless, the same way you will be rendered childless. If you render other people homeless, be prepared and get ready that you will be rendered homeless. If you have rendered other people fatherless, be prepared and get ready to be rendered fatherless. If you have made other people a widow, be prepared you will be made a widow as well. Because if you kill with a sword, know it that you too will be killed with a sword. That is the gospel. And that is the communion that those that have said that their mother will not sleep, a child that said that his mother will not sleep, him too will never put any sleep in his eyes. Because as you're crying and disturbing your mother that she will not sleep, you need to keep yourself busy, but without sleep, in order for your mom also to be awake. They have kept the Biafran young men and women awake, and sleep have eluded them. All of them. Those that have chosen to enable Fulani to come and take over our land and kill us, sleep have eluded them the very moment that they assign, they choose to be a tool in the hand of the enemy against their people. That is the very day they sign out sleep. That is the very day they sign out rest. That is the very day they sign out peace of mind. That is the very day they sign out everything that is good that is coming from the land of Biafra. Because even the Bible said that if you are obedient, that you will eat the fruit of the land. But these ones has been disobedient to the land, disobedient to the people, disobedient to everything that made them who they are. You crawl on this land. You eat a sand from this land. You eat the food that comes from this land. You drink the water that flows from this land. You do everything in this land. You work and build in this land, and yet you stood up to work against the land. You will meet your Waterloo. The same land, because a child don't bite the finger that fed him. Biafra land has fed you. And why Biafra land fed you is because some other people sacrificed their life that you are living today. And that same land that they use their blood to water, that same land, the same altar where they sacrifice their blood, that you will live, the same land you stand upon to kill those, not the enemy coming to kill, but you, killing those that they died, that those people might live. And you want, after doing all these things, that you will go scot-free without any harm. That same people that you killed, that died, that was starved to death, their spirit is everywhere and they will haunt you. You can take all your family to London and send a video. You can take them to Paris. You can take them to the galaxy when the time comes. What will bring you, and you will pay the price of your sins which you have committed. And that time is near. And that time is not far from here. Sit at home if you have ears to hear. And on the coffee day that is coming, curfew is that you will not even come out to look, to know how the road, whether it's clear or not, until it's 12 o'clock in the midday. That is when the Biafra spirit will permit you to go out. The angels that will be going through and fro to flush out every demons that is in the street, that is in uniform. Every demon, no matter how you disguise yourself, these angels, you can't hide from them. They will fish you out. And when they fish you out, you will go to the Mecca of heaven and earth to answer for your sins. And that is how it will continue till Biafra is restored. Thank you once more, and I want to salute our able leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the man that made it possible that the legacy of the 1967-1970 is not in vain. And I want to salute the man with the mantle, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in Israel, in the person of Mazi Simon Ekpa and all his cabinet. I salute all of you for the immense work that you guys are doing. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to bless all of you. Ise. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, everyone on this space.
Thank you, Ifeanyi. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, lovers of freedom. Every single body here that is doing the needful for the restoration of Biafra. Um, Thank you, our Honorable Minister of Information. I see Mazuko 247 with us here. I see a lot of lovely faces, all the Simons and all the Bedimas. I love you guys. As always, we're always doing the needful. We're back again. Before I start, Prime Minister, I don't know if we have the original copy of the Abuja Declaration of 1989 because it has come to my knowledge that they have edited it and they changed everything. It no longer looks like the original one. Uh, um, so we know that the Nigerian government have probably done that. So if it's possible that we can get the original copy of the Abuja Declaration of 1989, that would be amazing. Um, Minister, I don't know if you're here, if you know if we can get that original copy whenever we can, so that we can share it. Because a lot of people are beginning to ask questions. They're beginning to realize that they screwed up. Um, all day today, I've been talking and talking and talking, and it seems like I never run out of something to say. But as always, tomorrow is our sit at home. It's a Monday sit at home, which is like a ritual for freedom of Mazen Namdekano and all the prisoners of conscience that Nigeria government hold in captivity for no good reason, simply because they are asking for their right to become free, for their right to be free, for Mazen Namdekano to be free, and they arrested, some of them killed, and we're asking that Mazen Namdekano is a day that we remember Mazen Namdekano. Is a day that the whole world remembered that an Israeli innocent man, was kidnapped and is languishing in DSS dungeon. Even when their court said release him, he's still there, and the Nigeria government have no justification whatsoever to keep Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It's a day that, even Biafra, when Biafra is restored, we're still going to be remembering it. In my opinion, I think we should declare, I'm a lazy person. I think we should all declare Monday as public holiday till Biafra come and beyond. I think that's something I will get back in, because so that we can always remember. We had a topic earlier today. We can never forget and we can never forgive. You know, the kidnap of Mazen Amdekana has taught us so many lessons. It has, it exposed a lot of impunity within the struggle. It exposed a lot of things. It exposed, things that we didn't know was happening. But, you know, in a way, I say everything worked out for good in the end. And we are here today, waxing stronger than ever, and we can never relent. Tomorrow is sit at home, and we must preach this gospel like never before. We will intensify whatever effort that we are doing to make sure that this gospel goes far and wide, so that those that cause to avoid had I know. To avoid had I know, the minister was speaking earlier. He was saying, when you hear gunshot, don't run, because we saw that whenever they went to Uli, that was 2 days ago or so, and people were running helter skelter. You can hear gunshot, and people are running, and this has become the reality of the Biafrans. You know, I will say this. I will re-echo what the prime minister said. When you hear gunshot, don't run. Assume a defensive position, and lay flat on the ground, cover your head with your hands over your head, and lay there till everything is clear. Because it's gonna get, the coming weeks is gonna get really ugly. It's gonna get really ugly as the Edwakanono continues, as we continue the defense of our land and our territory. These people are not gonna give up easily. They will go after the innocent civilians like they keep going. That's why we keep echoing, sit at home, sit at home, sit at home, because they're gonna kill you. They're gonna kill Biafrans, just to blackmail us. They are gonna do everything just to blackmail us. And up till now, all their propaganda have not worked. We just found out a few weeks ago, about a week and a half ago, I believe, that it was Buhari that was sponsoring Ebubago to go and kill Biafrans in the East. Tell you, this was a report from the US and UK. And all of those people that keep telling you, oh, they are Biafrans, they are killing their open. You don't see them anywhere. They didn't come up. You don't see them come out and say, oh, wait. Okay, so we were wrong. I'm sorry. Because usually they tell you their defense whenever you say sit at home, they say, yeah, I don't have a problem with sit at home, but why are you killing your own people? It has now proven that we don't kill our own people. It is the same Nigerian government that are doing it. But where do you see them? You don't see them anywhere try to now, retract whatever rubbish that they spewed out of their mouth. No, they don't do that. They will never do that. And we're not holding our breath. We are not holding our breath on any of them. In as much as we want our people to join what we are doing. One thing has become absolutely clear, and that is not everybody will join this struggle. But just like Mazen Namde Kanu say, you don't have to join us. But you see this sit at home, you will sit at home. You can come, you can run your mouth on social media, you can say anything you want. At the end of the day, you will still sit at home. It is final and it's period. No amount of blackmailing, no amount of propaganda, no amount of killing will stop it. If you don't want to sit at home, you go to the north. We are not begging anybody to sit at home. If you don't sit at home, Nigeria will make you sit at home. Go to Uli and ask them. Those that their houses were burnt, they're going to sit at home now. Those that their businesses were burnt in Lagos, those that they destroy in the north, all of those things. The one they did in Onitsha, all over Biafra land. You think those people have recovered? They're all sitting at home. Because if you don't want to sit at home, Nigeria will make you sit at home. It's a day that we used to remember and remind the world that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is still in Nigeria, because it seems like the world forgot. They want us to forget, but we can never forget. Kenya apparently has forgotten. We don't know what the hell is going on with that court case over there. The UK apparently forgot their city. They had a citizen named Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Nigeria, of course, they want Mazen Nnamdi Kanu dead. The UN that gave 6 months ultimatum, they don't even care. It is us. We're going to make every single one of them pay for the continuous detention of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and we make no apologies for it. Every day that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu spent in that DSS dungeon, Nigeria government is going to pay. The internet is going to pay, because we're going to be here screaming at the top of our lungs. UN is going to pay because Biafrans, not even UN, the UK is going to pay because we're going to be here. Spoil or that image that they try to protect so badly, we're going to be putting sand on it. The same with the US, the same with everybody that contributed to what the predicament that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is doing. That's why they don't like the media, that we now have control, because upon their billions and millions and all the money that they have, they can't stand us. They pay all these Achkote warners to go and then represent them. When we go there, we destroy them. We destroy them with facts, because you cannot defend Nigeria and remain the same. We don't have permanent friends. We don't have permanent enemies. What we want is Biafra. And what we're going to get is Biafra. There's no two ways about it. There is absolutely no two ways about it. We will get Biafra or we'll all die in the process. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu already said it. In DSS dungeon, he's telling them, give me Biafra or kill me. And every day that he says that, every day that we hear that voice of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that is what gives us the juice to continue to fight on and fight on, because we know that the alternative is worse than what we're experiencing today. I was looking at the report of how many Nigerians that are living outside of Nigeria. And that report is close to, at least based on their numbers, we know these are recorded numbers, those that traveled legally, it's over 40 million. 40 million. Over 40 million people living outside of Nigeria. These are citizens of Nigeria. And every day that number is increasing. Yet somebody will come and tell me how Nigeria is this nice country. How we are done playing games with these people. The sit at home is final. We know that they have fought to sit at home tooth and nail, try to destroy, tell you that it is destroying Igbo economy, destroying this economy and all that nonsense that they feed the public. We don't care. You will sit at home. The highest thing you will do is come to social media and you run your mouth. You will still sit at home. If you don't want to do that, you move to the north. If you love to suffer, if you are the type of Nigerians that were born with shock absorbers, because they told us that Nigerians can withstand anything, that they are born with shock absorbers. I mean, this is the madness the level of delusion is just, it's out of this world. I am not born with shock absorbers. So if you're the type that is, that loves suffering, we are not the type. We've suffered enough. And sit at home is one of those ways that we use to make sure that the Nigerian government, the Nigerian terrorist state itself pays. And if you don't like it, move to the north. That is period. So thank you, lovers of freedom. Thank you, everyone. I see our Mazugo in the house. Mazugo, you're welcome. You have the mic. And then I see your hands up. Please raise your hand if you haven't spoken. If you need to speak, raise your hand. I see Justice, Mazoniaka, Christopher, Team Awesome. Mazugo 247 minutes. Don't mute yourself. All right. Mazugo is possibly in the other room, hopefully not receiving advice. Let's go to Justice and then Mazugo Onyeka. Justice, submit yourself.
Yeah, thank you, my brother, Sonia Balawas. Thank you, the first, and my brother Ego. Thank you, everyone on the space. Happy Sunday, everyone. I'm just running through a drive-through to wash my car. If maybe there's noise on my background, just bear with me. I will soon be through. I hope you guys are hearing me. Okay, thank you. The first, really, I want to give you some flowers today. You did a very good job yesterday. And I want to use that opportunity to tell everybody on this space, don't you see that miracle not the tire Jesus? That obedient people have to allow us to be on their stage yesterday. When we are doing things that we are doing, they try all the things they can try. Like, they will tell you, Biafrans are killing themselves. Sit at home is killing our economy. They keep joining Nigeria evil government. They keep joining evil Nigerian government to dehumanize us, to say a lot of things to us. But at the end of the day, we win. Like yesterday is an example of that win, that we always win. I remember the first coming into that room. When he come to that room, he never said anything about Biafra. He never said anything about secession. But when he finished talking to the people in the room, everybody was quiet because they can't even dispute what he's saying. And at the end of the day, they agree with him. But the name Biafra always makes some people, I don't know. Biafra don't associate with himself with people that support evil. Immediately you start supporting evil, Biafra disassociates himself from you. And that is one thing I found out about Nigerians. They agree on everything we say. They never disagree on even single one. But that name Biafra brings out their evil in them. Like one guy called Ben in that room yesterday. He brings out the evil in him. And when this evil starts selling, you now realize that these ones they're not going to repent, So, and even when the first don't want to go about Biafra thing and try to lecture them on if they believe that Nigeria should work, let them put their life online. you see, they still recognize that you're a Biafran. And they tell you that they know you. But one thing that makes me happy yesterday is that now they allow us on their stage and allow us to speak. And we tell them the truth. I even went ahead and told the guy called Steven, who is contesting for governor of Edo State. I tell you people that I hope you don't tell your children this lie of Nigeria is going to get better. You know, anybody telling your children that Nigeria is, that's the highest lie you can lie to your children, you know. And after finishing with them, even I know they took first down when he said Obi is not going to be president and all that. They put me down, but later I came up. And I give them information about one lady that died in Egypt as a Nigerian. They dumped his body in Egypt. And they never informed their family. They wanted to argue with me about it. But when they went and do their investigation, they found out that it's true. And when I come back to that stage, they give me audience. And I told them the truth that Nigeria is not going to work. It doesn't matter what you do. Nigeria is not going to work. And they agree. But how to go about it? You know that these people, nobody wants to die. That is why they are shocked about us, our consistency, our sacrifice, the way they have killed us and we have not still give up on Biafra. That's something that makes them strange. That's something, and I told them on that stage as well, I said, whenever you saw Biafra, you take side with your oppressor. You see the trend. Anytime we talk about Biafra, you want to be on the side of Nigeria. Don't you see that is why you are not making progress? Don't you go and rethink and said, whatever these people are saying that make Nigeria always going after them, there must be sense in it. Let's look at what they are saying. Let's follow what they are doing that make Nigeria, anytime they come, Nigeria panic. But you people will not do it. You say your love for the country, but the country you love is killing you. It doesn't matter how you shout one Nigeria. When Nigeria catch you, Nigeria will kill you and deal with you. They don't want to care. Anywhere Nigeria see you, Nigeria deal with you, no matter how you shout one Nigeria. But when we are telling you that Biafra is what we want, you take side with people that are killing you. Is it not something you need to ask yourself? Are we doing the right thing? They are calling for protests. People will come online, you will see them. In that group, you will see 4,000, 1,000 people on their violence page. They are talking what they are going to do. While some few people come on that stage as spies. Some of them come now using obedient to cash out. They will say, tomorrow we are going out, send us money, let us multiply. Some people in diaspora will contribute money, send to them, the next day they disappear. These are the scams Nigerians are doing. You know, they breed criminality. Everything they do, watch them. They are criminals. Whenever you and Nigeria is doing something, they tell you, by grace of God, run. Anytime you want to do business with them, they said, may God help us. We will do it well. Run, because anytime you see them, they come with God first. And when they come with this, their God, you know that they want to scam you. So, and yesterday I proved to them that Nigeria will not work. First, he proved to them that Nigeria, even if I did it worst, Paul did it worst. The way he entered them and told them that all these things you guys are doing, you are wasting your time. And they have come to realize it. But the action becomes the problem they have. Why I'm saying this is not that we are not begging them like First said. I'm telling you as a Biafran, when they push you, when they hit you, when they tell you are killing your own people, you know that sometimes this thing get to us. It seems that, can we stop? Is this something they are saying that is true? Or maybe we are the one wrong here? Have you found yourself in that situation whereby sometimes you are down? You begin to even doubt yourself that what you are doing, is it the right thing or the wrong thing? Now you don't know even where to go. Even when the people you are looking up to, like DOS, in the past, people have called Nandekalis another savior. People have said Biafra or nothing have fallen down. They betrayed. They joined people that have killed our people to start speaking like them. So when these things come to you, you begin to doubt your energy, your strength, your consistency. But that room yesterday showed that your consistency is paying off. Like Mazen Nandekalo said, your consistency is the key. He said, when everything will not work again, it will seem that they will buy everybody over. because they have the war chest to buy everybody over $30 billion to make sure that IPOB didn't function. But when all these things fail, do you know where you need to go? You have to go back to your brain. And you have to be pushing. And that is where I draw my strength, in that his words. I think that he said that the last brokers he made before they kidnapped him, he said they will buy everybody over. That you see, it seems that every effort you have put in have failed. At that time, you will now go back to your brain. Your mental strength is what you need. And I want to encourage everybody. Because yesterday when I was speaking in that room, I remember this thing. Your consistency is paying off. Don't allow anybody to buy what you are doing worth billions of dollars. Money cannot buy it. Our freedom is more expensive than a whole America put together in their worth. Your freedom worth more than ever you can even imagine. Like our Prime Minister, Mazi Samaneba, who said that he just wants to make history. It doesn't matter what you call him today, what you're going to call him 10 years, 20 years, 100 years down the line is what matters to him. That means you have dropped anything financial benefit. You have dropped everything business. You want to make a legacy that will remain forever. That is the point. So when we are fighting, my brothers and sisters, it's not easy. But this is where we need to apply this our mental strength. And you can see, I made a tweet, I said, everybody is tired. You can see, even after the appeal court judgment, look at the press conference of Obi. What did you see there? Only one TV station, Arise TV. After that press conference, you don't see how Obi put his hand. And he went to their Twitter space that normally have 10,000, 4,000. People don't even have strength to talk again. And I made a tweet. I said, look at Obi. And go and listen to those spaces. You will see that these people are tired. Is it not better we dissolve this country? Let everybody go and rest. Because you see them talk, you know that they don't have any option. They don't have plans. They don't have way. They can't even win. But we are winning every day. The evidence are there. They are panic about us. All the little things that we are doing. Our voice, our consistency. How they have tried to push us. Oh, sit at home is killing your economy. You ask them, where is the economy? I see one ranting, two of them. One idiot called Jack and the other one that called himself Olundib or something, that he say he establishing business. And I said, sometimes it's good to dream, but it's better you find out. It's good also to know when you are dreaming, when you are having a malaria dream and you're having a normal dream. Because you see them, let's build the Igbo economy. Let's do this under Nigeria. You're going to build the Igbo economy. Have you asked? Have you gonna ask this man from Anambra? Even Ifeanyi Oba don't have business as we speak now. All his business has been closed down. That is why he's trying to use IPOB and sit at home to get relevance in Nigerian politics. Ifeanyi Oba don't have a good business you can point now and said, this is Ifeanyi Oba business. These are Igbos. Go and see, so many Igbo business have been killed. And he said you want to build it, bring your business in the Igbo land. This and go open it. And I saw in one of his tweets, he said they have applied for radio license to Nigerian government that is almost 80% complete. I was laughing at that idiot. Now LMBC will give you radio license. When they give you this radio license, you will never speak good about Igbo people again. That's the end. You will not be only speaking about things that concern Nigeria. That's the Igbo business you're going to build. Though. You're going to put tech. When you put those tech, the Nigerian government will make a policy for you to get license. And when this license have in your hand and they see that what you are focusing is to promote Igbo and they will seize your license, the business will crumble. I don't know how these people think. One idiot called Jack will come, Igbos, why Igbos are thinking that it's because of seaport that they are not building Igbo. I will tell this idiot, okay, let's you people lead. Let's see what you're going to do in Igbo. As if you are people, you are more intelligent like he was advertising one transportation company. And I was like, I look at that, his tweet, I laugh. I said, as if we don't have people like Ekesin. Do you remember Ekesin? How many luxury? How many buses that go from Lagos to Igbo land, from Igbo land to North? Have you forget about Osond? How about GUO? How about Ife Sinachi? How about the young Shagro? How about the Ekele Dirichukwu? As if these people are not Igbo businessmen. As if they don't want to leave that business, even when they die, that business will outlive them. And they are telling us, come and invest in transportation, as if our people that are not in transportation before. Before you start something, have you gone and asked people that are doing it before? How are they doing it before? When I look at that is right up, I say, see this idiot. You're telling me about transportation. When were you born? We have people like Chidebere that have luxurious buses that goes all over the place, from north to west, from south to east, everywhere. We have like people like GUO. We have people like, even GUO have caterpillars that you can use to grade road. We have people like God is good. God is good. How about ABC Transport that came back from America and want to modelize the way transport have been running? Do you people remember ABC that started air conditioning, that a luxurious bus should be having air condition and they will be serving food in the this thing? Who is from? The guy is from BC. ABC Transport. Have you people forgotten where are those business? And they want me to again under Nigeria to go and invest the same business they will shut down tomorrow. And when you tell them this thing, they state, oh, how not the car? I said, the idiot said, how not the car brainwash people to believe that having seaport is why our business, our economy is not growing at that. I said, idiot, why not do what you want to do without mentioning Nnamdi Kanu and the IPOB? Because you always want to put in, you are the one with all the intelligence, but you don't know before. How about People's Club? These idiots have business acumen. There are people in People's Club that build Igbo land when after the war that start showing us about this what you call apprenticeship type. When you do business in Lagos, you go and bring your brother, let your brother join that. These people are trying to tell us that they don't know their history. You want to do what your predecessors did and failed. People's Club will try to build Igbo land. Did they succeed? The only thing you will succeed is to build that house in your father's house. Go and check some of those People's Club people, the house they build. It's not old houses. Their roofs are falling out. Their children are not even in those houses. Some of their children are now in America and in Europe. They have not gone to their father's house for a very long time. Are you talking about people like the young Shagro? Go and check their families. How are they doing? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know why the music is played. I think it's Twitter.
It's not Twitter. Are you sure Sonia Barawa is not having a...
Okay, I think
I changed phone. I switched over to phone. Sorry about that.
So what I'm trying to say to our people is that you don't solve the number one problem that is facing you so that you can protect your investment. You want to go and do investment. Is it not stupidity? Your sovereignty remain number one. Your sovereignty remain number one. Your independence remain number one. We are not hearing about the young Shagro today because they operate under Nigeria. We are not hearing about ABC today because they operate under Nigeria. We are not hearing about this man that used to do cement. What is his name? The one that take out and bring Dangote. Ibeto. We are not hearing about Ibeto today because they operated under Nigeria. We are not hearing about
Justice, are you there? You may be receiving advice. All right. Thank you, Justice. We must continue. Let's go to Mazionika. Go ahead.
Thank you, my senior and great comrade. Thank you, last speaker. Thank you, my Minister of Information and his deputies in the House. My ladies in the House, I greet you all. I am happy, somehow also aggressive. Edo aka n'ọnụ atọwo m ụmụ Biafra. Oge eji edo aka n'ọnụ erugo Ịdọ aka n'ọnụ na-atụtọ, ịdọ aka n'ọnụ na-atagbu ụmụ. Water is the code. Yes, those who make our people homeless, make our mothers homeless, destroy their market where they earn their source of livelihood. From A to Z is their turn to be homeless. And anybody that sympathizes with them, that show his face, his own house will be traced and make him homeless as well. We don't forgive and we will not forget. The spiritual principles of cause and effect. Justice is proportional. When you give, you take. What may you give? We are going to tell them that we own the land. The land belongs to us. And like ministers rightfully said, if you don't want to stay in our land, and the first said, if you want to obey our instruction for sit at home, you just move out. I don't care whether you're my brother from the same zygote, sister from the same zygote. General interest supersedes any other interest. What we are fighting for is general interest. And for the release of our great leader, the man who opened our eyes. I wonder sometimes when I begin to ruminate from morning till night, I was thinking, aside Mazen and the Kano IPOB, led IPOB, that gave back to all the what we see today, what would have been the situation of our land? Even when the terrorists sponsoring Britain said they gave us asylum, and some people were jumping up, some low life, low IQ non-entities. We are jumping up. They want you to run outside their land so that it will be easy for them to take over. Then after your land will be taken over, then they will make you to be that slave in their own land. And some of you will end up in prison. Then others will remain stateless. Then before you know it, will be exterminated from the face of. Learn from the past mistakes to avoid the future one. A transporter from Imo State road sitting in his vehicles. Learn from the past mistakes to avoid the future one. Look at Hausa people today. They speak the same lingua franca, so language, or relatively the same faith. Their head is like that, let alone you. They hated you. Not because you take what belongs to them. Fulani has no soil in that space. Check Africa map in 1925. Fulani are not there. Why did they hate you? Britain hated you because our fathers dealt with Britain for 41 years. They know that unity is one of our strengths, one of our source of strength. So they invested heavily in internal division. They hated you because they know that you are the one that will stop them from dipping their Quran in the sea, Atlantic Ocean. That is why they hated you, not because you do anything. They hated you because you are offsprings of the aborigine of humanity. And you are the children of light. Anywhere you enter, you shine. Anywhere you enter, you shine. They will be surprised. That is why they're jealous. When they say the Biafrans are the most intelligent people in Africa, not just Africa, in the whole world, we are the pillar of the earth. Our land is evidence. The climate, the earth started rotating from our land, also ending in our land. We have the best weather in the world. We don't experience other natural disasters. They're envious of this. Britain is envy. They're jealous of this. They want us to move out of our land. The land of our progenitors, our ancestors. Like I said, my tweet, that time is coming. A Fulani person will be afraid to move alone in the street of African cities. Because this our generation, task rested on our shoulder is to make sure that the life of a Biafran is one of the most expensive lives on this planet Earth. Is to make sure that all our value, all the foundation, humanistic life foundation, all the very, very positive foundation our ancestors laid down for us, the enemy have destroyed, restored, before we join the way of our ancestors. If you are abroad and you are not supporting this, you don't know what you're doing to yourself. That fence you are sitting on has been broken, and you're still sitting on the rubble of the broken fence. Your right to choice is inalienable, but your time to choose is limited. Our Prime Minister has given you time, and that time is limited. 1967 to 70, some parents lied to their children against our eternal leader because there were no media, nowhere to find the truth. Like that, very easily. But this time, every truth we have told you will be on social media. Your children will see it, and they will hate you. They will hate you. They will spit on your grave. They will urinate on your grave. You must avoid that now. If you have a house in Lagos, Abuja that don't have CFO, who are you? You are just there. You are on lease. You are not little bit different from a tenant. Because maybe you remain 5 years or 10 years for that. What the master plan of the city, what they map that area for. Come, they will knock it down. Also not get them out. You better sell that house now. Support what we're doing. Those whom their house were knocked down months ago, if they were told, they will call you enemy of progress. But when you go home, think what I tell you. If you have a house that don't have CFO, sell it. The best investment is to invest it in Biafra liberation for your children. Because the best investment you can give to them, best achievement is to make sure that you restore a nation where their lives will be saved, where their future well-being will be granted, where law will be equal before all man, where they will live and die, grow old and die with dignity. Before you join the way of ancestors, that is the best achievement you have for your children and unborn generations. Not those mansions, but not those things. Like last speaker said, our territorial heritage, our freedom is what more than the entire America, and even the World Bank times 10. Because our freedom is priceless, and whatever that is priceless is worth more than what money can buy. When you are chasing all those things, you are like a man who go on a land, begin to go after trees. I own this tree, I own this tree, I own this tree, I own this tree. But someone else went and secured the ownership of the land. He who owns the land owns everything on it. So when you forget your freedom to self-determination, your ancestral land, your land of your ancestor, that preserved to your generation, and you are under obligation, not a choice, to make sure that you preserve it and transfer it to the next generation. If you fail to do so and begin to chase after money and prefer money and what money can buy to a freedom, then he who secure that your land will control whatever you have and your money. So they will control you. They can cripple you within a month, like Ekweremadu. If they have CBN looter, who choose have CBN over freedom of his people? If you were told that those he led to kill Biafrans, to starve 5 million children and pregnant women, will be killing his own people today, they mass bury every month, they will not believe. Fortunately, some people fail to learn from the past mistakes. They prefer money and what money can buy to the life of their fellow indigenous people. But their actions will harm their children. Like I said, the human principle can fail, but the spiritual principles of course, an FS. The justice is unbribable. The justice is unbiased, inevitable, and the judgment is proportional. What you give, you shall receive in due time. Thank you so much, Biafrans. My name is Yoeka Chukwu, aka Encode the Number.
Thank you. Mazu, go 247. Are you with us?
I think my phone cut off while I was speaking.
Oh yes. Go ahead. While we wait for Mazu, go when you're ready. Just let us know. We have Christopher
Yes.
also in the house, and then also
I think,
Team
please,
Awesome.
we'll have to be timing it. We'll have to be timing it because the time is fast spent. We have to be timing it so that one person will not talk for a very long time and others will end up not speaking at all. I think we should do it for 4 minutes.
All right.
For 4 minutes. Thank you so
All
much.
right. Go ahead and round up Justice while we.
Oh, okay. There you go. I'm almost rounding up before phone calls start disturbing my network. And my point is that when you want to build a nation you don't have independence of, I don't know where you're going to start. One thing first, and that is our sovereignty, our independence. Before we talk about Asana pose ọzọta ala before azọwute, you ha ala ga-eji azọrute, you get always your n'elu. So this is one thing I want all Biafra to understand. When these people come try to say you this idea of economy, we have the best economy. We have the best of civilization. All we need is our sovereignty, our independence. And you can see Nigeria is failing every day. There's no hidden place for the wicked. Everybody is going to get the heat. There's not going to be escape route. See somebody like Efanyoba that is telling you about it at home. Him and his children is living in London. So every Biafran, I want to plead with you. Our consistency have paid off. Our honesty have paid off. Go and check everybody that somehow or some way tried to make money out of this struggle. Go and check their situation. Whether they are still on or they are still by the side and making noise. Go and check their situation. But we that have stand strong, everybody have come to realize, even when you appear in every space or any place, they will recognize you and know that don't do with him because you're not going to win, as it happened yesterday. So I want to tell everybody, it gets darker before it gets brighter. As we are approaching the final line, it's going to be like, at a point, it's like you want to give up. But at that point, Mazin and the car will give us the solution. You go back to your brain and hold on. Hang on there. The whole pain will go away. And before you know it, you wake up as a Biafra. Thank you very much.
Thank you much, Chineke. Let's go to Team Awesome. Team Awesome, go ahead. Mazu, go when you're ready. Just let us know. Team Awesome, unmute yourself. Thank you, Justice, for that submission. Team Awesome may be receiving that advice as well. Team Awesome 1716, are you here? All right, I will drop you. When you're ready, just let me know. And then we go to Christopher.
The first, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Hold on. I've seen that a lot of people are having issue with the space, complaining
Yeah.
that it's not allowing them. I don't know what's going on.
I just
It's
wanted to say, because when I'm on the listener session, it keeps
yeah.
kicking me out. So that's why I'm here. So please, you don't have to drop me. I can just stay here.
Oh, nobody is dropping you.
Don't
I
don't
would
be
say
a don't be a bad boy.
if you're having issue, just request for the mic and stay on the listener section. Sometimes it does that. I don't know why, but Twitter does that.
The first it happened, it's been kicking me out. It's been kicking me out. So I'm just
Yeah,
hiding here on the I don't know. It's something with the space.
yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah,
So if you're
just
having
so
the
you know.
same problem, just request for the mic and stay on the listening section. Unless if we have any speaker, then I have to drop you and bring in the speaker.
Okay, okay, perfect
Um,
then.
let's
Mm-hmm.
go to praise Elohim. Praise Elohim. Unmute yourself.
Let me salute my my honorable Minister of Information. Please, is my voice coming out?
Absolutely.
Honorable Minister of Information, I salute you. I stand attention and your cabinet members will go. I salute you first and all our compatriots, brothers and sisters. I salute every one of us. Biafran Queen, I also salute you. Sit at home. It has to continue because it serves a purpose, and it serves a lot of purposes. It's a weekly reminder that our leader is still illegally detained, so we have no choice. Biafrans, we don't have any choice. We will keep sitting at home until our leader is released. That's a standing order, and every week we owe him that duty. And when the news gets to him that Biafrans are still sacrificing every Monday for his sake, it will strengthen him. So we don't have a choice. We'll keep sitting at home every Monday until he is a free man. It's also a weekly referendum. So each Monday we sit at home, we are eloquently speaking out and telling the world that this is a referendum. It's a referendum. So the world is noticing, everybody is noticing, even Nigerian government, the zoo government, they are noticing. It's also a kind of referendum. So we don't have to stop sitting at home. It's also a weekly renewal of our allegiance to the Biafran Republic government in exile. Every Monday, we renew our allegiance to our government. So we have no choice. We must continue sitting at home every Monday. So we keep reminding our government that our allegiance is to our government. It's also a weekly statement that Biafran Republic government in exile is in control and also in charge of Biafran territory. So we have no choice. Biafrans, let's keep sacrificing every Monday. We are making a very strong statement that the government is in control and also in charge of Biafran territory. It's also a weekly reminder to the illegitimate governors and those who hold political office within the Biafran territory that they have lost control. So every Monday we remind them, you've lost control, you're not in charge. So we just have to keep sacrificing every Monday to speak eloquently to both locally and internationally that our government is in charge. Then for enemies, Biafran enemies who are getting the unholy communion, yeah, they deserve it. They call for it. They have shed blood. They burnt houses, Biafran houses, markets. So it is one good turn deserves another. So it's their turn. Let them have it. Let them have enough of it. They should have it. Let them test it. That which they have brought upon. I don't want to speak much. So I think I should stop so far. Let them keep getting it. Yeah, they deserve it. And we have no apology anyway. And those who have not gotten the unholy communion, they will soon partake of it. So it's part of our liberation statement. So I thank every one of us and continue to speak loud every day. We come on space and we keep making this strong statement. So may Elohim bless every one of us in Jesus' name. Are you the mic? Are you the mic here?
Thank you, Wachineke. Thank you for that. We go to Frank Schofield. Go ahead.
Mazi, good evening from here. All protocol observed.
Frank, are you using a headset?
Yes. Can you hear me now?
It's a little better. Your voice was a little more forward, but we can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you, sir. All protocol observed. Everyone on the platform, respect to everyone. Greetings from here. Mazi, thank you so much for having me here. Sitting at home is a task that must be done. Monday sit at home is a task that must be done. In fact, people say sometimes that what will not kill a man will make him strong. And I have so much I disagree with that statement. The things that try to kill a man makes him sad, weak, brings him down. But strength came from things that make you happy. Strength came from your friends, loved ones, family, those that keeps you happy. These are the things that gives you strength. Every day, every time I hear the name Biafra, these are the things that gives me strength. Every time I hear the voice of PM, these are the things that makes me feel great. Anytime I hear people sitting at home because of Mazin and Decano, I feel great. I feel powerful. I feel love. I feel the passion and the drive increases every second, every moment. As much as Nigeria is crying because of sitting at home, it is something we have to do over and over and over. Because I keep asking, if it is not working, why is everybody lamenting about it? If it is not giving some discount or discrediting anything, why are they lamenting up and down? Why is people traveling to Abuja? Why is people traveling to US? Why is people traveling to Britain just because of sit at home? Why is everybody looking for our PM just because of sit at home? It is a task that must be done. We will have to continue with it. If they are not comfortable with the sit at home, they should release our leader. Anytime they get tired of hearing the sit at home, let them release our leader, allow him to go. He had no crime against him. He's been freed by your own court, so let him go. If you are not comfortable by the people dropping your economy, breaking down your economy, let him go. It is a task that must be done by the Biafrans, and we are doing it. Every day I speak to my people. Every day I talk to my mom. Close down your shop. If you have to lock it for 2 months, lock it down. And they are doing it. It is a certain you have to be doing it. In fact, the only thing that makes me happy is when I hear Nigeria crying. When I see the politicians from the southeast crying, I feel so great. Each time I see Ifan Yoruba lamenting, I feel so powerful. Each time I see Soludo crying up and down, I love it so much. When I hear the wife snatcher, Titamba, weeping and drying teeth, running teeth, I feel so great because it is all because of sit at home. Days we might have cried day and night. Hope Uzodinma have lamented all his life. Till now, they are lamenting, they are crying. It is all because of sit at home. Sit at home is yielding a great fruit that cannot be uprooted. The task, the cost of releasing our leader is already, it is already, it is already greater than the cost of arresting him. That is a promise our leader made, our PM made to them. They have already seen it. It is easy now for them to it is easy for them to arrest him than releasing him now. So it is a task we have to continue on. People have to understand that this little sacrifice is what we have to do to keep our home, our nation, our own land safe. And I'm sure after this, they won't be sit at home anymore. When we are finally in our own home, there won't be civil disobedience anymore. When we are finally in the Biafra, it will be merry all the time. I can't wait for that time when we will see the things we run around in different countries of the world trying to view. I can't wait for that time when every other country in the world will be wishing to be in a Biafra land. I can't wait for that time when this proper life of citizens, rights of indigenous people can be seen in Biafra land.
30
The
seconds.
great people have spoken to the whole world, and we are standing tall. If sit at home is the only thing we have to continue doing to bring our leader out until our freedom is completely approved. Let's continue to eat. Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you very much. I drop my mic for here.
Thank you, Frank Schofield, for that wonderful submission. Thank you. I see our Mazda 247 Honorable Minister. You have the mic. Mazda 247. Uh, we thought maybe you are in the other room.
uh, I wanted to get advice, but I remember that all that went for the advice are crying. So I decided not to take advice or sought for any. I greet your protocol observe. I greet you, my minister, Master Sonny. I greet you the first. You always the first. You the first that they ask all the time how you dey sleep. Which time? If you say na for America, America suppose some part suppose they sleep for daytime, Biafran daytime. But your own for daytime Biafra you take. For nighttime Biafra you take. I don't know when you dey sleep. Only God go dey bless you. Honestly, you are an asset. I greet everyone. Ego man, I greet you, and I greet everyone. I should not be calling. I see my dear Frank Queen. Dear Frank Queen, you don't forget me now. Abby, don't forget me. No problem. And I see my sister Eunice. Eunice, how you dey? I greet you. Now women are they greet this night too. I know they greet man. So if you be man, there's for me to greet you. I know they greet you. Be man like me. We must
understand.
continue. Better you understand, because if you say you go quarrel me, now you go tire. If you follow me fight it, the women where they hear Omada go fight you, and you know when Omada takes up and fight, your own don't finish. So I greet every one of us, special love to everybody. You know, one thing you should know is that when you think you are nothing, and when you think that you are not counted, you are valueless, you want nothing, honestly go and sit down and think again. I used to tell people when I was initially in the Facebook, sometimes I will be I will be on live program. There's this brother, Ike, and another sister, Blessing Odo. They will always be there. Sometimes Blessing will say, "It's only me that is here. Oh. It's only me watching." Or Ike will say, "It's only one person." Oh. I will say, "I know it's only you." Do you know why? I was like, I was determined that I am not going to give up no matter what happens. I don't come. No going back. Why was because to people that see me, they say, it's only one person that is watching his program. No, because at that time I wanted to give up. Somebody called me and said, "You don't come on program again. What happened?" I said, "Nobody watches my program." He said, "Who told you?" He said, "I share your program on my platform and more than 10,000 viewers." I said, I tell him, saying a lie. He showed me in video. He showed me in YouTube link. I went there and saw myself that thousands of people watch each video I do. I became proud of myself. He encouraged me. I went back. Fire! I started again. Fire! Why I'm saying this is, you see this our seat at home. They may be telling you it is not working. It doesn't amount to nothing. It will never yield any result. I want you to ignore them. It is working. It is working. This is one of the strongest weapon we have ever acquired, and we are using it very, very judiciously. The thing they penetrate inside their marrow. The thing they hook, wound, destroy, disorganize them. They are crying. They are crying. So when they tell you that sit at home is affecting individuals, it don't have it. It's a lie. Do you know that sit at home affects Soludo on Monday? Hope Uzodinma, I'm not even say counting him because already the sit at home has even affected him that he's no longer ministering from Imo State. He now ministers from Abuja. So the sit at home is working. And every individual, I want you to understand that the sit at home is not against you, but for you, it is working for us. Why we are still on this sit at home is because something pushed us into this sit at home. And that thing that pushed us inside this sit at home has not been solved. Somebody where they run, somebody they pursue you, they run, and all of a sudden you stop. That person where they pursue you go catch you. I believe you know that. The only time you should stop is when the person pursuing you stopped. Mazen Nandekano is still in the hands of the wicked. Mazen Nandekano is still with the enemies. The Funanis are still killing our people. They are still burning our markets. The enemies within are still there. They have not given up. Despite collecting communions here and there, you will still see one useless fool get up. Our leader said that when a fool grows old, he will become an old fool. There are old fools and there are fools that are still growing into old fools. This is why I always say that if you're in medical field, try and go into psychiatry left, so that when Biafra come, before anybody will obtain the ID card, he will be tested. Many people has been affected. So the sit at home is working. Whether anybody likes it or don't, it is working perfectly. The thing is working and working and working. And we have to hold it very, very defend, while our men on ground are busy doing what they know how to do best. Those that have it financially are busy doing it. We that have mouth are doing it. They that are they that are in the homeland are busy holding their land. It is working. Let them cry river.
Is Mazuko still? I can't hear anything. Is it me or?
No, I can't hear him either. I think it's he lost
Oh,
the
okay. I
connection.
was like, my phone receiving advice? Mazuko, I said, you need to buy
And
you need a.
I believe the first this one you dey here this net. No be you tap my network. You are the you are the fine. You are the fine. Una don't do my network.
It's the village people. It's the village people.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, let me not take much of our time. That what we are doing is working and we must keep doing it. Those in Holland, those people in Holland, I praise you now. You people are doing well. And our men on ground, you see, they are doing well. Everybody is doing well in their field. And we in this place, talking with our mouths, they will tell you that what you are saying is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. It doesn't work. Who told you? Now lie. You see this noise we are making here on this social media? You see this noise will come to space here and make. It is working. Honestly, it is working and we should keep it up. I love everybody. I praise you all. Let's move. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Hey, so we are still looking for the original copy of the Abuja Declaration of 1989. Anybody that have that original copy, we need it because I heard that the one that is on the internet now, they have edited it, changed a lot of stuff, and it's no longer there. So we need to make sure that we bombard them with that original one. They can, we can't allow that to, them to gaslight us like that. So please, if you have that copy, I need it. I need it. We must continue. We must continue. So sit at home. I see who else we got in the house. I know the space is having issues. We just have to bear with it. They are kicking a lot of people out, and it's the space. It happens sometimes. If you're having that issue, request for mic and stay on the speaker section, and it won't kick you out. But that's usually how they actually get, you get past that. But we must continue. We must continue. Who else we got? I see, we got Mr. Snow. We got our man. Where's our ladies? I don't see our ladies though. I see Eunice in the house. I see Paul. I see Paul. I see some of our ladies. Come on. We need to hear from our ladies. I feel like we've been hearing from the men, and Mazugo was right. Uh, we need our ladies. We need to hear from our ladies. You know, um, yesterday was fun. It was fun. I decided to go on a different type of evangel. I went to evangelize, and it was fun speaking to foreign people, speaking to different people. It's always fun. But like I always say, for you to go to spaces like that, you have to have thick skin because these people, what comes out of their mouth It will really make you go crazy. You have to also come with your own you know, madness. You have to come with your own madness because you can't allow them to shut you down with their lies. That's why it's always good that we have all these facts. You know, today Ugo Chinyere, like I said earlier on the other page we were in before the minister hosted this one. Ugo Chinyere, who was the one that the one that the DSS went to his house and set on fire in Imo State. He has been sacked.
They have sacked him. Oh. They have sacked him.
They have sacked him. They have sacked him from the House of Reps. So you ask yourself now the court can now it doesn't matter what happened during the election. It doesn't matter how many people that voted. The court can just decide they're gonna you know throw all of that away, and they've been doing it since after the election. I mean, the numbers are there. You can look at. There's at least between 7 and 10 people that they have sacked. Between 7 and 10. I don't know the right number, but it will be fun to actually know the actual number of people that they have withdrew their certificate of return. So in a country where the court now decides who wins and who doesn't win, that is madness. What is the point of voting if the court can
The
now say
first, the first,
yes,
the first. Sorry for interjecting. You see,
yes?
Mazen Nandekano, from Mazen Nandekano to Mazen Simon Ekwa, to me and you, we have been telling people your voting no they count, but people will not listen. You will vote. Emeki Hiodoha, right there in Imo State, was voted in. They removed him and gave you their own choice. This is telling you that one day they are going to bring one Alamajiri from north and impose him on you to be your governor, to be your counselor, to be your traditional ruler, to be your father, to be your mother. There is no point of voting. So there will be never any election. Who want to vote? Go and vote. You will still die. Thank you. Sorry for the interjection.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for that. And this is what we're talking about today. Ugochinya, he has now tasted that firsthand, and the reason that they gave was because he was not properly nominated by the People's Democratic Party, and for that they withdrew his and I guess the election that they claim he won was not he didn't really win it, but it was on the same ballot. It was on the same ballot that Tinubu won the presidency, according to them. And they were saying there were like 40 something polling units where nobody voted. That there were other polling units that nobody voted. But they told us that there was no seat at home, everybody voted, and all of this nonsense. The madness it is out of this world. That's why sometimes, the one that when Prime Minister had this space, I was actually just screaming at one of them. I was just screaming at one of them at another space that we had on. I couldn't handle it. I came in trying to tell us that, the leaders that you have in your, you should go and talk to them. And then I'm like, no, hold on. The fact that Nigerians are the only ones that can deny reality, and that is sad. I was reading a report this evening, where, and I believe I mentioned it on that space, a young boy of, I believe, either 15 or 16 years old in Borno State, who is sentenced to death, 15 or 16 years, who is sentenced to death, and they put him in prison awaiting his death and he's in prison awaiting his death. And right there in the prison, Fulani are raping this guy. And he's begging, asking the government of Nigeria to kill me, please. Telling the government of Nigeria, I want to die, please. They are raping this guy, this young boy. I think he's 15, either 15 or 16. And they're raping him, and he's asking the Nigerian, he's already been sentenced to death. He's asking them, please kill me, in the same place that they are pardoning Boko Haram and the so-called bandits. What crime would that boy has committed that warrant him to be there? When you are pardoning Boko Haram, you are pardoning ISWAP, all of these people that have caused more harm to the society, made the lives of the people over there unlivable, miserable, killed thousands, butchered children, thousands of them, killed pregnant women, raped everything that has a hole in it. And they put this boy in prison, and right there he's being raped. And I believe he's the same one that says that he probably will test positive for HIV because somebody that is sick already raped him. Nigeria is a crime scene. But they will forget all of that. They won't talk about all of that. They will come to the East and say, oh, why are you sitting at home? They will come and tell us, why are you sitting at home? Somehow the sit at home that is happening in Biafra land is giving the people in Lagos headache. The sit at home that is happening in Biafra land is giving the people in Kaduna headache. The sit at home happening in Biafra land is giving the entire Nigeria headache. In Biafra land. It is complete madness.
You see what happened to the man in Imo State. I don't really pity him, but it's good he has a taste of that, because we've been shouting that. Yesterday you were telling them what Nigeria represents, and they paid attention to you. And if one Kunle was insisting that you should be allowed to talk about Biafra, and you asked them some questions, food for thought. You asked them, what has Nigeria benefited them? You were asking them, and they couldn't answer that question. And you reminded them that Nigeria is irredeemable, and they were enjoying. Everybody, there was quietness everywhere. They were just listening. You see, what happened to him is good. Yeah, it's good. It's good because let them feel this, because we've been shouting that these people, they have just made up their mind to do whatever they like. Election does not matter. You see, they have just made up their mind. Once you are not on their land, you are not part of them. They can just use the courts. They just decide what to do, and they'll just go ahead and do it. You told them yesterday that they have beaten you guys to. You say, what if you cannot die for Nigeria? It's not worth fighting for. That was the statement you made to them when they were contemplating whether to go on street, whether not to protest or not. You made it clear to them, if you cannot die for what you believe, then that thing you believe is not worth believing. You said you believe in Nigeria, you want to redeem Nigeria, and you cannot die for Nigeria. You made it clear to them. So what has happened to him now? It's okay. It's a good lesson. Let it go round, because we've been shouting, we've been telling them that nothing good comes out of this country. This country is a destiny destroyer. It doesn't want any Igbo man or any Biafran to rise up beyond a particular ceiling which they have put over us. So it's okay. So maybe he will have a change of mind. So let's.
The first, please, can you post the report of that guy that they were raping in the prison on Jumbo Club?
I will try to find it real quick, and I believe it's also in Sahara News. I will try to find it, and, because it's one of those things that we have to, because with this level of impunity, this level, how can you, the level of injustice, how do you think that this Nigeria will survive when there is so much injustice in the same Borno state that you have the headquarters of Boko Haram, where they are pardoning these people in their thousands every day? And they're not worried about that. They don't see it the same way you come down to Benue State. In Edo State, the communities there has been taken over by Fulani. They don't see that though. But somehow it is the sit at home that Biafrans are doing on themselves, peacefully. It is now the only talk of the town. That's the only thing that the reason why they cannot have good hospital is because Biafrans are sitting at home. The reason why they can't have good roads is because Biafrans are sitting. The reason why they have criminals as leaders is because Biafrans are sitting at home, because apparently Biafrans at the sit at home has become the only issue that is wrong in Nigeria. The only thing that has caused them pain in Nigeria. You know, like I told him yesterday, I feel like there's a reset button. There's like a format button in every Nigerian's brain. Whenever they go to sleep, they wake up the next morning, everything that happened the night before gets wiped out. Biafrans, we are nobody's enemy. We are nobody's enemy. What we want is self-preservation, and we will do anything and everything to make sure that our people are alive and they live. And sit at home is one of those ways that we are registering it to the government to make them understand that enough is enough. The reason why it seems like their plan to Islamize Nigeria has come to a halt is because of Biafrans. Even though they've succeeded in turning Nigeria into an Islamic state, but they have failed, woefully in Biafra. And they are running mad. Biafrans, like I always say, day in and day out, freedom fighting is not easy. And that is why it's called a struggle. You struggle and you struggle. And even if when you fail, you come back, you don't just stay down and say, well, I've tried, I've failed, let me become slaves in my own land. That was what that idiot that called himself that he's a Biafran. He's from South, I believe. The place where they call South, our coastal region. He's telling me, oh, we've did this. I'm like, so for that, you should remain a slave. For that, you should remain as slaves and never rise up and say, enough is enough. At least, if we die as Biafrans, we die with some semblance of dignity. Over 40 million Nigerians are living outside of Nigeria. These are legal ones, the ones that are legal. And there's a lot of them those that are crossing to the Mediterranean Sea. There is no report for that. Over 40 million. This is from Channels Television, by the way. Over 40 million Nigerians living outside of Nigeria, outside the shores of Nigeria. Yes, somebody will have the audacity to come and tell me that, oh, Nigeria is... And the number keep increasing by day. Do something about it. You can't do anything about it. Fight. You can't fight. What you do is you see those that are fighting, you fight them. You see those that are fighting, they become your enemy. But you can't fight your oppressor. You can never fight your oppressor. We became your enemy. Sit at home became your enemy. Because Nigeria government have studied their youths. They know the highest thing they will do is they show them a warehouse where there is Indomie, and they will go and start searching for Indomie. That's it. I was telling them when I came in, I told them that if you truly love Nigeria, then you should be also, and you want to save Nigeria like you claim, you should also be willing to put your life on the line. It's not when they shoot the first person and then everybody scamper for safety. No. You are coming here telling all of these people, oh, we need to do protest. We need to do protest. All of this, that's nonsense. As soon as they shoot one person, you scamper for all those that was killed to go and vote for Obi, those that died in the protest, the one that died in Benin, the ones that died in Lagos, all of the aftermath, the businesses that was punched, everything that happened that preceded after that scam election. Who's gonna get justice for that? Now, who is the one really killing their own people? Because from where I'm looking at, it's not the Biafrans. Who is now the one sending people on a suicide mission? It's not the Biafrans. I told them, and I maintain it. If they were actually genuine, sit at home would have been something that would have crippled the entire economy of the zoo. But of course, they will never do it because why? It came from the Biafrans. These are people that tell you that we love Nigeria and we want to save Nigeria. But you can't even do anything to save your so-called country. We must continue. Let's go to Christopher and then Frank and anybody else that want to say something. While I try to find our report.
Yeah, my brother, it's the first. I actually read that. Are you talking about the one from Sarah Reporters or the
Yeah,
14?
there is one I think it's from the Sahara Reporter where the one is in he's being raped. He was sentenced. I think it's a 15-year-old boy.
I think he was sentenced when he was 14
Oh
and now
wow,
he's 15. But actually what
wow,
happened was he engaged in this kidnapping thing, and the victim got killed, or the victim died.
right.
So yeah, he was a kidnapper. But that notwithstanding, in a sane society, someone who's 14, regardless
He
of the
should be in
crime,
school.
exactly.
If Fulani were not closing all the schools in the north, that kid, he's a minor, he should be in school. But he's not in school. He's one of the Almajiris.
Yeah, because you come
So
to think
so
of it, normally, what does a 14-year-old know? Normally.
why is he kidnapping anybody? So that boy. So help me find it so we can post it here because this is the impunity of Nigeria. They try to cover it. Now today the boy is in DSA in prison, being raped by gangs of Fulani on daily basis, and he's asking them to kill him.
Yeah, and
Please
they
kill me.
also, in the report, he said most of the minors are vulnerable to the inmates and also the
Of course,
warders. Also, even the government, the workers, they are also raping them, not only the inmates,
of
even the
course,
workers. And these are the same
absolutely.
people these are the same workers who will shout and go and kill people for homosexuality, but they themselves are, practicing this, and they say sodomy, they stone you to death, they do this, but behind, they are the
Northern
ones doing it.
Nigeria, anything goes. I mean, these people they sleep with cows. Anything with holes in it, it's a victim to these people. I mean, Jesus Christ, we saw one raping a chicken. These people even goes to the extent of raping a chicken. Nothing. That's why they tell you anywhere Fulani lives turns into a desert. They turn everywhere into desert. It's because everything is running away from them. They go to after. If there is no people, they will go after the cows. If there is no cows, they will go for the chickens. If there is no chickens, they will go for the mosquitoes. Anything with holes in it, and they can fit their penis in it, fall and you will rape it. And
Yeah,
this
my
boy
brother,
is being raped in DSS dungeon.
I wanted to read something to you. That's why I raised up my hand. Because when you
Oh,
talked
okay.
about,
Okay, if you
the
can, did
so-called.
you find that article?
No, I'm gonna send it to you, but I wanted to read something else just to,
Okay.
add to your point. When you talked about the so-called one Nigerianist, lamenting, right? They know all this myriad of problems. They know all the problems, but solutions or no, nothing. And when they see people like us preferring solutions, when they see our prime minister showing them the way out, then they attack him. They attack us. And then you wonder, what do these people really want? So now look at this 70-year-old man. I know the 70-year-old man where I started tell him how many times will they tell you Nigeria is not for you? Charlie boy. 11 hours ago he tweeted, he said, "It don't clear for our eyes, say the judgment when those yeye judges read no be them write am. We don't understand, say the last hope of the common man is never the stinking judiciary, but the common man himself. The fact be say these criminals no dey take us the people serious, hence their anyhow ways. Dem no dey hide their goofs and uselessness again. Dem dey run on the power of impunity, looking us in the face and saying una no fit do nothing. Na so we go just dey adjust our suffering life for these bastard criminals? Na like this we go dey?" And that is how it ended though. And all the comments, what can we do? Now, oh, God help us. Nigeria is bad. No, Nigeria, nothing is working. We are not ready. But this is the same person that was selling Photoshop of Prime Minister. This is the same person calling Prime Minister Ekperima. This same person will attack sit at home. So now my question is, what do these people really want? And the first, if you have an answer, please let us know. What do they so far know they tire them? What do they want?
My brother Christopher, they don't want anything.
These people were born with short.
These are loyal slaves. These are loyal slaves. One of them said that already they're born, anybody that is called a Nigerian is born with shock absorber in one of his leg and spring on his waist to adjust to any kind of situation that is thrown at him in Nigeria. So therefore, they can never rise to change the situation. Rather, no matter how bad the situation is, they will never get to a breaking point. They will only adjust. The guy stated it very clear that even if fuel should be sold for 2,000 and the money that is being paid per semester in the universities is raised for 1 million or even 2 million, 500,000, that nothing will still happen. So therefore, that every Nigerian should calm down. That their masters already know them. That it doesn't matter what they do. They changed the Buhari. They changed to Buhari. Do you know what that means? A sitting president, a number one citizen, was changed to a different person entirely. Not somebody from that same state. Not somebody from that, not his brother, not anybody, not his deputy, not any other person, but a foreigner from another country was used, paid, and gave him a max. Parade yourself to be this our president for another 6 years. He even contest for election, the foreigner with max contested for election and defeat an incumbent, and not that just a citizen, but born and brought up in Nigeria. defeated them and won the second tenure and lead the Nigerians till he hand over to another drug lord. So what other impunity do you want to see? What is going to court and being defeated? Them announcing whosoever they want to announce. Is it now that Charlie Boy and all the people that call themselves well-meaning Nigerians know that Nigeria is not for them? Is it now they find out? Charlie Boy, is he not living large with the proceeds that is coming from Nigeria? Is he not the boy of the former president Olusegun Obasanjo? Is he not his boy? The same thing that you're complaining, Charlie Boy, is he free? All of them. They will come up and Charlie Boy said, I have cried. I have a voice of Charlie Boy where he said, I have cried and they consoled myself. And I expect you to also do same and console yourself and have patience for another 4 years. You will vote him out. After this Jagaban, after these 4 years now, 2025 or so, I said 2025, 2027 or so, you will still see Charlie Boy, if he's still alive till then, you will still see Charlie Boy jump out and tell you that this is the right time now, that people have seen that the Jagaban could not redeem Nigeria, that this is the right time now to go and vote him out. Go and get your PVC. Don't allow anybody to differentiate you. And you will still see those gullible, suffering, stinking, hopeless people, like their one Nigerian is described them. We still jump out. Oh, we will vote them out. We will vote them out. We will vote them. Who are you going to vote out? Are you going to vote out the terrorist Fulani? Are you going to vote out the name Nigeria that enables them to commit crime and loot, commit all manner of impunity and go scot-free? What are you going to vote out? My brother.
Okay, Mazi, fine.
Thank God for Biafra.
Yeah. Thank God for Biafra. Thank God for Biafra, I tell you. The first, I sent you this DM with the several reporters thing you were looking for. To add to what you just said, Massive Fine. Now let me read the comments under this. Somebody said to the 70-year-old man, when the youths are ready to take back the country, heaven will shake. The man replied, when? When will they ever be ready? Another one said, Area, please may God use you to mobilize teeming frustrated Nigerian youths. At this point, we need to go physical. I call on all the organizers of our famous 1 million march to swing into actions. The criminals no rate us again. The man replied, for where? Are we ready? So you see how this man is even trying to discourage them. Even the ones where they ginger. This man is there as a one Nigerian agent, like you said. He's also benefiting from the system. So after all the gragra, they pay him to do gragra, he will go back to that his mansion you talked about and sleep, and then encourage people again for 2027. Then it will not be what is it new? Then it's not be new Nigeria. It will be paradise Nigeria. Are you the mic here, my brother?
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I found the report. Just the summary, I posted it on the file already. I copied it. I'm gonna post it. The boy was actually arrested and sentenced to death by hanging when he was 14. When he was 14. And his crime, because he's a 14-year-old kidnapper. In that situation, you blame the boy.
If he's a Fulani, he will not be sentenced. He's an indigenous person.
Yeah. Do you blame the boy or do you blame the state that has failed the boy? That is 14-year-old kid who should have been in school is now a kidnapper. And he's sentenced to death by hanging. And in the prison he's being raped and he's asking the state to please kill him. It is sad. Frank, unmute yourself. Frank, are you there? Unmute yourself. All right, Frank may be receiving advice from his, I don't know. Frank, where do you get advice from? All right, while we're waiting on Frank, Justice, you want to say something before we continue? I'm trying to post the article. Yeah, I see it. And I may already have HIV after being raped by sick inmate, 15-year-old boy on death row, appeal to. Yep. I mean, if HIV will be the least of his worries, if he's constantly being raped by a gang of Fulani killers, HIV will be the least of his worries. This is Nigeria, the country of impunity. It's a crime scene. Nigeria is a goddamn crime scene. It's where do you start? That's why those that are telling you that they love Nigeria, that there is how do you expect me to give up on a country, And I noticed something yesterday. Because some of the comment I heard was somebody say, I prefer a big country than, all these small. And I'm like, wow. So that guy, his own, it's riddled in envy, greed. His own, it's envy and greed. You want, because I asked him a question. I said, has Nigeria benefited you? You are telling us how this thing is. I'm like, for whose benefit? Because if Nigeria has benefited you, you won't be on social media telling us how you are ready to join any terrorist organization to make sure you kill these criminals. Yes, there was one that was saying he wants to join any terrorist group that rises up. He will join them to kill the politicians. Telling us that nobody has eaten, there is no food, I am hungry, from here to Labaja or whatever nonsense state that they live in. It costs like 3,000 naira, and that is just for going, just complaining and whining and crying, because that's the only thing these people, they can never do anything to change that situation. Every day you cry, you lament, and you complain. But I told them, because one of them was like, yeah, let's go to these church leaders and try to get them to do something and start preaching so that the protests. I told them, well, I made it clear. I said, if you truly want revolution, you have to start killing the church leaders first. That is where the killing should start. Not from anybody. You should start from the church. They are the ones telling you that Nigeria will be better. I see a new Nigeria. There is this thing, there is that. Oh, pray, pray, pray. At the end of the day, you are hungry. Sometimes you don't know when they, sometimes I don't feel bad for them whenever they do this prophecy and it doesn't come to pass. It doesn't come to pass. I believe I don't blame them. Looking back now, I feel like it's hunger. Hunger can make you see things that doesn't exist. Hunger, when you're so hungry, you haven't eaten, you will start to see things that is not there. When you see something, you will think that it's not vision. You're just hungry. You are just hungry, and you think that you are seeing vision. That's why they keep seeing new Nigeria. I see a new Nigeria. Mbaka said the same thing when Buhari became president. How did that end up? A lot of them said the same thing, and they continued. They continued and continued and continued. So I am actually believing that hunger may be part of it. Because the guy, the way he was lamenting yesterday, yes, Minister, yes, Minister. Hold on, guys. Let's go to our own Ebere while I respond to the minister. Ebere, unmute yourself.
Good morning. The first, sorry, I don't have much to say. I've been trying to come in, but the Twitter is kicking me out. I think the only way to stay in is to just come to the speaker. I've been struggling since. I don't have anything to say. Well done for them, everybody.
Thank you, our own. So let's shoot for the next 10 minutes, guys, and yeah, because if you leave me here, I will talk and talk and talk. I don't get tired. So let's thank you, our own Ebere, our lovely, queenitic, angelic. Oh, God. Yeah, like I was saying, this is hunger. These
Yeah,
people, everybody is seeing vision in Nigeria, and I think it is hunger. And trust me, in the coming days, as soon as $1 goes up to 1,005, and there is no fuel anywhere, there will be more. Expect more visions. Everybody will be seeing visions. I told them, you haven't started though. You see this hunger. You people will suffer and suffer and suffer until you come to the realization that your only hope is Biafra. Is your freedom is your only hope. Rather than that, you will continue to suffer and you will continue to see vision and you will be. I mean, soon, I think the one they'll be seeing is somebody chasing them with knives. There will be. Oh, by the way, speaking of somebody chasing anybody with knives, there was another suicide. I don't know how many people saw that video. This was in the north. This time around in the north.
Yeah, I saw the video when he jumped from the electric
He jumped
pole.
from the pole, electric pole, onto the fence, bam, and then bounced like a brum brum, bounced like a ball, FIFA.
I saw it. I saw it. I saw it.
Bounce like a FIFA ball, bam, and then pa on the floor. And I believe he did. Even if he survived, there is no hospital in Nigeria that can treat him. He is dead. Suicide is becoming a thing.
And the reporter said he committed suicide because of the hardship, actually.
Oh, they were actually right. Of course. We saw two of them try to jump into the river. I'm waiting. Soon, everybody will be committing suicide in Nigeria. Since you don't want to learn, since you don't want to fight. You want to continue to live a miserable life because, according to them, Nigerians were born with the only race in the world that is born with shock absorber. Monica, you leave me, make I pass. Me and they're the same class. Who knows how to sing that song? Oh my
Is
God,
it
you
is
guys.
it the one by Timaya?
Yeah. Monica, leave me, make I pass. Me and they're the same class. Poverty come, I go jump and pass because they have shock absorbers. Poverty come, they will jump and pass because these people are built with shock absorbers. They can never fight. They are conditioned to take everything, just accept it. God, I mean, the idiot from yesterday, even preaching to me about God, when we told him what Ahmadu Bello said, he said, do you believe in God? I'm like, look at this Okoko. But look at this Okoko. His logic, for you to see how delusional these people are. His logic is that because Ahmadu Bello is not God, who can say when God hasn't said? Oh my God. And I'm like, wow. Wow. That level of delusion is just out of this world, to be honest.
Yeah, the first, can I chip in something? Because you
Go ahead before we go
mentioned,
to
yeah,
before we
you
go to
said
bed.
you said somebody was saying he wanted or she wanted he or she wanted a big country or whatever. So now,
Yes.
so
They say
let me
they
give
don't
you an
want to,
example.
they like Nigeria. It's a big country. When you divide it, it's the smaller country. This is excuse.
Yeah,
This is
that
their
is all
reason.
nonsense. And I'll give you an example. Where I live right now, it's less than 6 million people, and they have a very strong economy. You have that same people from the zoo queuing at their embassies, that they reject them visa where all of them want to come to places like this. Let's leave Europe. Now let's go to Africa. Namibia's population is 2.5 million, right? When you go to Botswana, Botswana is 2.6 million. Check these countries or these nations. How many of them do you see doing the jackpot running out? How many of them do you see looking for visa? They are happy. So we got Biafrans, we're over what, 60 million? And you think we not being the nation, we would not be ashamed of ourselves? No, we it's long overdue, actually. It's long overdue.
We are over 70 million Biafrans, and this is just an estimation because we know that if you actually count, like I told you, there's at least 40 million that are outside the zoo. And how many of that percentage? At least you would know that at least half of that 40 million are Biafrans. At least. How many Fulani travels outside the zoo? They don't. They own the country. It is from the south. Let's go to, we have Ben in the house. I see we have, there's a brother here. I don't know why they're not accepting him. Um, but let's go to Ben. Ben, unmute yourself. Ben Oba, unmute yourself. All right, Ben is
I'm
receiving
in
out.
bed, but let me talk. Are you hearing
Yeah,
me?
go ahead. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Thank you, the host, the co-host, all the speakers here, and all the listeners. We are here to fight for what we believe in, and we are here for our freedom. No matter whose horse is God, the time has come, and the sit at home must continue. No Jupiter on this planet will stop that sit at home because that is one of the biggest tools, one of the tools we are using. So, and I pray that those people who are receiving the water, the Holy Communion, serve to them by our armies. May God give them more strength so that water will continue. And those who has been enablers of the killers of our people right from time, I pray that heaven will destroy all their plans. They went there, they took our leader, kidnapped him, kept him in the dungeon, and they thought it will end there. But they didn't know that God is planning heavily. Because our leader, when he was in Jerusalem, he prayed to God, and God told him when the time comes. Well, anyway, I can say that his kidnap was a divine approach for all evils, they plan on us to start coming out. And we are saying it. The enablers of his kidnap and everything that is going on They are all evil and attempt them to be part of the northern army. Because the Bible says that he will chase far from us the northern army after we destroy them. Now they are in our land, we will kill them, they will kill us, and at the end, Biafra will come. And those who will escape to go back to the north, if they have a home to go, by the time they are there, they will know that yes, Chukwu Okike Abiama Purumu Henena is the one who fought for us because we are his children. And that man who is there, who is putting bedsheet on his head, like the way they killed cut off the head of Betheshazzar when he saw the handwriting of the word of the wall. I pray that God will write on their wall, many take care of person, so that their days will be destroyed and they will be destroyed totally from our land. So that will continue and the communion will continue. We will not fear anybody. If it comes to the aspect that we that are abroad will be trooping in to continue the fight, we are here and we will come. All those enablers, our politicians, all of them attach them to a part of the northern wicked and the northern terrorists. They are part of the northern army because they are used to kill our people. And when in that part of the passage of the Bible we say he will banish them, they will all be banished. And the water for burning their houses, let it continue. We don't care what it happens. And at the same time, I can listen to one of the message of our great leader. He said, we will even kill them in abroad. They don't know that. They thought we are joking. When they deal with the British in Palestine, the Israel deal with them, they ran away. So the time is coming. Even the enablers, these British, they are part of the evil. They are part of the northern army because they are wicked. And we that are here, I pray will continue to stand firm, and God will continue to direct our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and the Minister of Information at this year, the Umuadas, the cabinets. God will be with them. God will protect them. All the strategies and the key that Chukwu Okike put in our Prime Minister's hand as he's clicking on it one by one, evil will continue to deal with those enablers. And evil will continue to deal with the government. And at the end, when we will march speedily without looking back. We have burned the bridge behind us. We'll continue to move forward. And at the end, we will get our freedom. Freedom doesn't come cheap, but we'll fight to have it. That is what I can say now. I yield my mic. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. There's a developing report that the Royal Navy ship are already in the Gulf of Guinea. I believe I was saying it the other day that EU and the rest of them are going there, and I believe from the report that is coming from Channels Television, their ships already arrived in Biafra territory, and it's gonna be fun. Now we have not just the Chinese, we have the uh, UK Navy, Royal Navy ship also in Biafra land. It will. We are loving it. Everything it's working the way we want it to work. So let it continue. They should also get the French. They should get all of them, and that is how the God of Biafra will deal with each and every one of them. So we continue. I just wanted to. I just saw that now, and I wanted. It's on the jumbotron for those that wanna read about it. It says UK warship arrives to support maritime security in the zoo. It's in the Gulf of Guinea, and they've been making that. EU has been making that. Speaking because EU will still come. They said they are stopping terrorism that are moving from Sahel. So EU will come. Everybody will come because the pipeline is their ultimate goal. But we must continue. Frank is busy.
We will sing
Uh,
to see.
Minister, if I okay, if I want to say something, if I go ahead.
Thank you. What I want to say is on what you just said last. There's a video I saw on the media where the United Nations General Assembly, a lady there was saying something that is very crucial. This lady said that the queue that is taking is troublesome to them. And it's high time that the United Nations will enact laws that will take off the right of the people to have freedom of speech, that gives them the right to freedom of speech. The same thing that Fulani championed for 2017. That they are working on it seriously. That once is enforced in the United States, that every other countries of the world will align themselves in it. And by so doing, that there's a vaccine that is coming up and they will enforce that vaccine on people. So that everybody will be kept on check. Everybody will be kept on check. That the queue happening in Africa, the queue is centered her point on that queue taking place in Burkina Faso because they have seen that their grip on Biafra and Africa is being destroyed. And Africa are getting loose of the grip. And they are doing something very fast. They are going to target climate change because she keep on talking about climate change and the same thing that they said when what is the name, COVID-19 surfaced, pandemic. That there's another pandemic that is coming that they are going to use to enforce people to take this vaccine. And if Africans did not wake up before these aliens come after us, it will be very, very disastrous. That's why everybody must do anything it takes to make sure that Biafra come. Because it's only in Biafra that you will be able to tell the Western world, whatever it is your policy that you are giving to people to come and sign, we are not going to be a party to it. And it is your right to sign whatever you think that is going to favor your people, and to say that you will not sign anything that will not be to the favor of your people. So there are devilish plans ongoing now as we speak against the rising of Africa. And they know that this rising of Africa, if they can curtail it now with this evil that they are bringing on the table, that particular vaccine will make you docile, that you will not be able to reason for yourself again. And this is what they have been planning to do to Africa. Since they have seen that you can now take anything that is thrown at you, that this is the right time. But if they should allow these ones that their brain are still working to waking up the subconsciousness of those that are already dead, it is going to be a disaster to them. And that's what they are fighting tooth and nail to see, that they keep Africa down till eternity come. But it's never going to work for them because Africa has already risen up. Thank you so much.
Thank you for that. Our own young elder, Mr. Snow, go ahead, and we have to become bringing the show to the close so that we can go and either go and throw some OB people, or we go to bed. Mr. Snow, unmute yourself. Mr. Snow, you're giving thumbs up. I don't know what it means. Is it that you're receiving advice or you're getting uh all right, so I'll give everybody 1 minute, those that are awake. 1 minute, actually 30 seconds. 1 minute is too much. Frank, are you here? Frank Schofield. All right, Frank is still receiving advice. Let's go to Justice. Justice, are you with us? Oh Lord, Justice may be in the other room. Ben, are you also in the other room? Okay, Frank, Justice, and Ben. I will be taking 1 cent from you guys because you're in the other room. Praise Elohim. Tell me you're not in the other room. Praise Elohim.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
Thank
God.
you for the opportunity to come back for the last time for this moment. The ships you talked about, both the Chinese and the royal whatever, we are going to sing them. There's no problem. They're going to sing. We are going to torpedo them. They will sing. So let them come in. If they are coming for us, they will sing them. So it's okay. Then sit at home, Biafrans. We are no giving up. We have to continue. It's an awareness. It's also part of our referendum. So let's tell our leader that we are with him, and as he's there, so we are going to make some sacrifices to tell the world that we are not happy that they are holding him illegally. So, and those who are receiving the Holy Communion, let them continue to enjoy it. So it's okay. It's just beginning, so they will have enough of it. So it's okay. So I yield the mic here. Thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Thank you. Christopher, over to you.
All I can say is sit at home to save your lives. Sit at home to demand for your freedom. Thank you. I yield the mic.
Short, sweet, and simple. I love it. Mr. Snow is receiving advice. Encode the number, mute yourself. Mazi Onyeka.
Thank you. Thank you, Biafrans. Biafrans, remember, greater the risk, greater the profit. A winner does not quit, and a quitter does not win. Thank you.
Thank you, Mwachineke. And then we have our own young elder. Young elder, Ifeanyi, unmute yourself. Closing remarks.
Thank you so much, Biafrans. Thank you so much, Minister for Information and the Mazuko and all the comrades in the house. Biafra Queen Eunice, I salute all of you. The only thing I want to tell the Biafrans is you are the reason for the season. Without the Biafrans, what is happening in Africa today will not be happening. And the Western world would have taken over Africa a long time ago. But because Elohim deposit Biafrans here to be a beacon of light to Africans, and we cannot afford to fail humanity. I want to remind each and every one of us that humanity is still earnestly waiting for our manifestation, and we cannot afford to fail them. Have this at the back of your mind as we work together to restore the nation of Elohim here on earth. Thank you, and do have a lovely day and a lovely night. God bless you all.
God bless you, Wachineke. Thank you, lovers of freedom. Thank you, friends, enemies of Biafra. I apologize those that were having connection issues. We had some technical difficulties, you know, but nevertheless, we continue to push forward. We continue to persevere, and that is what Biafrans are known for. People that don't quit, even when the road gets tough, even when it looks like everything is working against us. We go to the brain and we endure and we persevere. We've had the Chinese warship in Biafra land for the longest time now. Today we have the UK going there. All of this thing is intimidation tactics. Biafras, we are not relenting. Um, you know, we've did it before, and we are gonna do it again if that is what it takes. We fought against the whole world, and we're gonna do it again if that is what it takes. And we don't relent. This is Biafra, and Biafra is the only thing. Is Biafra first? Anybody that stands in our way, I call it Adele. Anybody that stands in the way of the Biafrans, we will kick him, and so we'll kick him so hard he won't be. You won't see him again, and that's how we will kick him. Onyakwa will show him where he's gonna land, and that's exactly what it's gonna be. So we continue. We continue to preach. Tomorrow you sit at home, call your family, call your friends, tell them to sit at home. Don't be a victim because Nigeria will do anything to blackmail Biafra. All their blackmail so far hasn't worked. They may, get a new format and may want to try it. And you may be that unlucky person that they're going to use to do that format, to do that propaganda. And it will be your unlucky day. You may decide to go out and buy something, you may never come back. So sit at home. And also, we have the house, the Biafra headquarters here in Maryland, opening on the 15th. Stay tuned. And our own convention that is coming up next month. Start making preparation. If you have any questions, table it and then we can answer it. If you don't have anybody, you can reach. You can come to this page, ask your question, and we will get you answer. And that is exactly what it is. Minister, I don't know he's here, but I know he's busy. Minister, if you're here, please let me know. But I know the space will be coming down any moment now. Thank you once again, everyone, all the speakers, the listeners, each and every one of you. You are as important as the next person. So don't think that you're not important. Listening, that's what gives me juice to continue to be here and shout and scream at the top of my lungs. And it's exactly what gives the speakers the energy to continue to shout and speak and put these people in their place. And we will continue to do that because we have something that they don't have. We have facts on our side. We have history on our side. They don't have anything. That's why as soon as you push them, they will try to quote you a verse in the Bible. As soon as we push them, all their argument goes out the window what they will do is they will either run away or they will start shouting. That's the only thing that they will do because they don't have anything. We have the facts, we have history on our side, and we'll continue to decimate them because Mazen Namdekan said, only truth stand the test of time, and we Biafrans, after the scam that Obi has done, we are still standing. After they have pushed us, they tried to divide us, they destroy us from within. Everything they did, we are still standing strong, stronger than ever before. Now we have a government, we have an army, we have convention coming up, we have our headquarters, we have everything. The Biafra land is more secure than ever before. Fulani are no longer having a field day. Or every checkpoint, when they, even those that you see, they are scared because they don't know if the next minute is going to be their last minute. Biafra land has become harder than anything else. The Idwakanono has continued and it will never stop and it will be the same or pending the day Biafra will be redeclared. So my brothers and sisters, continue to hold on, continue to march on because victory is coming, victory is here, and we will win. Once in our life, we will taste what victory feels like. We have been tasting defeat after defeat after defeat, but we have never given up. That is what makes us Biafrans. If you want to look at people that were built with shock absorbers, I don't think it's Nigerians. They are the ones committing suicide. Biafrans, we haven't committed suicide, though. We are the ones that have withstood everything that Nigeria has thrown at us. We are the ones that have withstood everything, all the inhumane treatment, the killings, the genocide. We withstood it and we continue to march and we never give up. We're still fighting like never before. So we must continue because victory is here and there is absolutely nothing that UK, their counterpart in the zoo, the US, all the enablers of genocide can do about it. Airborne, Biafra,
Rocket!
Biafra, peace, unity,
Peace, unity,
equity,
progress, and equity.
equity.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Minister, I believe we are done. We are done. You can bring the space down. Right. I feel like I need to get some water. Um, yeah, I need to drink some water. I've been talking all day, and I feel like after here, I'm just gonna go to anywhere and go and throw somebody and laugh and make fun of people. Hmm, that feels good. I ain't minute, there is going to be their last minute. Biafra land has become harder than anything else. The Edwakanono has continued and it will never stop, and it will be the same on pending the day Biafra will be redeclared. So, my brothers and sisters, continue to hold on, continue to march on, because victory is coming, victory is here, and we will win. Once in our life, we will taste what victory feels like. We have been tasting defeat after defeat after defeat, but we have never given up. That is what makes us Biafrans. If you want to look at people that were built with shock absorbers, I don't think it's Nigerians. They are the ones committing suicide. Biafrans, we haven't committed suicide, though. We are the ones that have withstood everything that Nigeria has thrown at us. We are the ones that have withstood everything, all the inhumane treatment, the killings, the genocide. We withstood it, and we continue to march, and we never gave up. We're still fighting like never before. So we must continue, because victory is here, and there is absolutely nothing that UK, their counterpart in the zoo, the US, all the enablers of genocide can do about it. Airborne, Biafra,
Rocket!
Biafra, peace, unity,
Peace, unity,
equity,
progress, and equity.
equity.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Minister, I believe we are done. We are done. You can bring the space down. Right. I feel like I need to get some water. Yeah, I need to drink some water. I've been talking all day. And I feel like after here, I'm just gonna go to anywhere and go and throw somebody and laugh and make fun of people. That feels good. I ain't